gets it in! It's gonna be tight here, it's in! Oh my god! Goalie goal, goalie goal, goalie goal! Where do we find these guys? He's going, and he's got it!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tyler, aka Finality, and I am going to be your commentator for this evening for this game. Tonight, for our first round, we have the Red Deer Caribou at the Halifax Hooks. Red Deer Caribou will be here in blue, and the Hooks will be in red. Tonight, for our starting lineup, we have Captain Canada Carl, Kiwi, PK, Lush, Style, Big Lar, Jack, Oywef, the Gold Trader, and BG Pie. And for the Hooks, we have the Little Owl as the captain, Dalfan, Bojarzin, Bubba, Crowbar, Mouse, Crow, Katie, Gootheart, and Lettuce. And with that, the first period is about to be underway. Face-off win. Halifax has possession of the puck inside Caribou zone. Owl has the puck. Stick handling at his own end. Takes it over the blue line into center. Passes it wide to Dalfan. Dalfan carrying it over into the Halifax zone. Bubbles with the puck. Attempts to make it a pass out in front, and it's sticked away. 74 with the puck, and it's taken back by Bubbles, who loses it to 74. Hooks carrying it over into the Caribou zone. Shot attempt, and it's blocked by traffic. Bubbles dumps it back out of the zone, and Halifax is able to recover. BK sends it far and wide to 74, who drops it back down to number 18, and it's sticked away by Bubbles. Puck is now into Hook zone, and PK sends it around back behind his net. Breakout pass, and it's in center. Owl banks it off to Bajarzin, and it's pass out in front, and it's not gone. Jack with the puck, dumps it out again. Dalfan sends it back into the Halifax zone to Bojarzin. PK recovers for Halifax, and it's battled away by Bubbles. Pass up to Owl, and the Hooks have possession of the puck inside their own zone, carrying it over across the blue line into center. Hooks inside Caribou zone, a shot on net, and it's saved. Halifax still with possession of the puck, a shot and a tipped attempt, and it does not go in. Halifax with the puck inside their own zone. Big handling. And a pass is able to be made to break it out. Puck is back inside the Halifax zone. Kiwi chases it down and is carrying it behind his own net and is bodied by Bubbles. Bubbles passes it, and it's intercepted by Halifax. Hooks breaking it out of their own zone into center ice. Across into the Red Deer zone. Jax out in front. Does not get a shot off. He does, and Crowbar makes a save. Owl stick handling in his own zone for the Caribou. Sends it into center ice. He dumps it in, and it's slapped away by Jack. Number 18 carrying it across center ice. into the Caribou zone, and it's sticked away by Owl. Caribou carrying it into the Halifax zone. Sends it, and it's off the post. Jack recovering it for Halifax. Sends it far to Dalfan, and who passes it to 44. 44 carrying it across the blue line into the Halifax zone. Takes a shot, and it's saved. Hooks recovered a rebound to make a breakout pass. Puck is now shallow inside the Caribou zone. Owl passes it to Dalfan. 92 in center ice, carries it back into the Halifax zone, and it's poked away by Gold Trader. Dalfan with the puck behind his net. Stick handles in the Caribou zone. And into center ice, he's carrying it. He makes a dump and shot on the Gold Trader, and it's deflected by traffic. The Hooks dump it back out of their zone into center ice. Owl banks it off behind his net, and Dalfan receives it. Dalfan sends it up to Bubbles. Halifax with the puck inside the Caribou zone. A shot is made, and it's saved by Crowbar. Jack wraps it back around to Kiwi. Halifax with zone time. A shot, and it's saved. Caribou with the puck, dumps it back out into the Halifax zone. 32 takes the breakout pass, and it's sent back out in front. Puck is now in center ice. The Hooks have possession of the puck inside the Caribou zone, and it's sticked away by Owl. Dalfan whiffs on a pass, and Crowbar plays the puck. Puck is now deep inside the Halifax zone. It's out front and a shot, and it's saved. That will be the end of the period. With that, the second period is underway. Face-off win for Halifax in center ice. Passes it to Kiwi. Kiwi inside the Caribou zone. Makes a shot attempt, and it's blocked away by traffic. Number 32 recovers it. Sends it back around the net. Hello there.
What's up, bro? I heard your call for color.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I now have some reinforcement with me. Here is Log joining in on color for this broadcast.
Yeah, I'm not even in the game, though, so we're getting
It's
there.
all right. It's quite all right. I have TD
Oh, we
up
got
and
Chipman.
running. Yeah,
I
and
thought
he's
Chipman was
running.
doing this.
He's also running the goal cam. So you don't even got to worry about that. You just got to do color. Owl with the puck inside Caribou zone. Sends it into center ice. Carrying it, a pass to Dalfan. Carries it across the line. Shot attempt, and it's almost deflected in, but it's back behind the net. Halifax recovers the puck.
Dangerous long shot there. Those can go any direction in the air.
Halifax now with the puck inside Caribou zone. Jack makes a shot attempt, and it's off the post. Jack attempts to make a pass out in front. There's nobody there to receive it. Puck is back out in center ice. Halifax dumps it back into the zone. Red Deer carrying the puck across center ice.
Bow is open, bow is open, bow is
Entering the
open.
Hook zone as we hear a little bit of banter from the other players.
Looks are pretty
Caribou.
solid on the road last game they played. They look even more comfortable at home here.
Caribou with a shot attempt, and it's blocked away by Jack. Halifax now with the puck, dumps it wide to Kiwi inside Caribou zone. Bubbles swipes the puck away and is carrying it back behind his own net. Bubbles with a pass to 92. Who sends it high to number 7. Owl recovers the puck for Caribou inside the Halifax zone. Hooks with a breakout. Some contested possession of the puck here in center ice, and Jack is carrying it into the Halifax zone. Sends it far. Owl recovers it for the Caribou, who is now sending it across center ice once again. Crossing into the Halifax zone. A shot, and it's off the crossbar. Dalfan with the puck for the Caribou behind the Halifax net. Puck battle along the boards. Bajarzen sends it up high. PK recovers it for Halifax and sends it out of the zone. Carrying it across center ice. It's sticked away by Dalfan. 74 passes out in front, and it's sticked away by Bojarzen. Crowbar plays the puck for Caribou and sends it into the Halifax zone.
Really contested game so far. Players on both teams moving this puck around nice.
I agree. And a shot, and it's saved by Crowbar. BK with the puck along the blue line, and it's sent out of the zone by Owl.
Crowbar once
Caribou
again proving why he's the boss in the crease in Division 1.
Bojarzen with the puck for the Caribou inside the Halifax zone, and it's sent right back out into center ice to number 36. Owl sends it all the way back down into the Hooks zone. Bojarzen makes a wraparound pass to Dalfan, who sends it out in front, but the pass does not go. Bojarzen dekes out the Halifax player and gets a shot on net, and it's in the crease, and it's swiped away. Jack with a breakout pass, and it's sent right back into the Halifax zone.
Ooh, look out.
Bojarzen with the puck behind the Halifax net. Pops it up, scores!
What a shot.
That was a phenomenal pass and a phenomenal play, and that just earned that goal.
Owl, the captain, finds the open ice, and that's a bomb from Connor McOwl. 1-0 Hooks.
Face-off win for the Caribou. Dalfan sends it back into the Halifax zone. Red Deer makes a pass to the defender on the blue line. Skates up,
again.
makes a pass to the back door.
And I was almost certain he was going to shoot that again, looking for a second goal of the game.
I was
Oh,
too,
look
and
out.
it's out on the red line. It was dancing on the goal line, and it did not go in. Bubbles passes it out in front again, but there's nobody there to receive it. Caribou now have the puck along the blue line, passes it in deep to Bojarzen. Bojarzen attempts to make a wraparound, and it's saved. That would be the end of the period.
You know, I'm not going to lie, Gold Trader gets a lot of shade. I don't think it's deserved. I think he's really good. He just happens, you know, both teams he's on, just I don't think they defend him very well. And when you shoot shot after shot after shot, they're going to go in. So I want to see his team play a little more defensively, a little tighter in front of him. And we'll see if Red Deer can get this goal back and get it tied.
I agree completely. As a goaltender, there is only so much you can do for your team if you're facing shot after shot after shot, and it's only a numbers game. The puck is now inside the Red Deer zone. Caribou passes it up to Owl in center ice, who drops it back to Bubbles. Sticked away by Halifax. Caribou with stick handling inside their own zone, sends it far. Hooks recover the puck again in center ice and carries it over the blue line into the Caribou zone. Draw pass to Kiwi. Kiwi makes a pass to the back door, and it's unable to be received. Hooks pass up to the defender, and it's dumped back into the Caribou zone. Caribou wrap the puck around the back of the net. Halifax maintains possession of the puck inside the Caribou zone. Pass out in front. PK shoots, and it's saved by Crowbar.
Great save by Crowbar there.
Caribou managed to break it out of their zone. Bojarzen, stick handling in his own zone, passes it back up to 88. Puck is now dumped back into the Halifax zone. Dalfan wraps it back to Bubbles. Bubbles makes a pass out in front, and it does not go. Blocked by traffic. Owl dancing with the puck along the center ice line. Dumps it back into that Halifax zone. The Hooks recover the possession of the puck and pass it wide to Kiwi. Puck is dumped back into the Hooks zone. Halifax passes it up to PK and is bodied by Bubbles. And the Halifax Hooks are almost carried it into the Caribou zone, but it's sticked away by Bojarzin, and it's now inside the Halifax zone. PK wraps the puck around his own net, where it's received by number 22, who attempts to send it to Kiwi, but it's poked back into the Halifax zone. The Gold Trader plays the puck and passes it far to Kiwi, but it's again sticked back into his own zone. PK makes a breakout pass, but Owl recovers it. Owl carries it across, and it's blocked by traffic. Breakout pass is made to attempt to get it out of the Halifax zone.
Boy, the Hooks are just shutting down every move the Caribou make. Now maybe they're finally going to break out here, but it's taken away again.
It is. It's dumped right back into the Halifax zone, where number 22 will wrap it back around for a breakout pass. Almost a puck battle along the boards there for possession of the puck, but it's passed up to Kiwi. Kiwi now entering the Caribou zone, and it's sticked away by Owl. Number 18 with the Halifax dumps it back in, passes to Kiwi, who's out in front, and it's saved.
Great save by
PK.
Crowbar. The Caribou trying to take advantage of a little Hooks breakdown there defensively, nearly as a goal. Crowbar bails him out.
Kiwi passes it back into the Caribou zone. PK with a shot, and it's saved by Crowbar.
Some chirping from 2K Jack and Mouse on the bench, trying to shake up Owl's game. We'll see if it works here the last minute and a half.
Who knows? The mental game is just as important as the physical one, and Bojarzin with the Caribou attempts to make it breakout, but it's wrapped back around the Caribou net to PK. Halifax makes a shot attempt, and it's deflected by traffic. Bojarzin of the Caribou sends it into center ice and makes a long pass to Bubbles. Bubbles inside the Halifax zone. Ekes out the defender, Kiwi, and makes a pass attempt out in front, but it does not go. It's back out in center ice for the Caribou. Red Deer stick handling in their own zone along the blue line. And now across the blue line for the Hooks zone. A shot, and it's saved. And
phenomenal
it was
save by Gold Trader up high.
And the shot deflecting off the glass almost landed right back out in front into the slot, but it was deflected away before that could happen. Halifax with a pass out in front of the Caribou zone. A shot, and it's saved easily by Crowbar. Bubbles recovers the rebound.
Can't shake Crowbar there. They're trying everything now. 20 seconds left.
Kiwi passes out in front. A shot attempt, and it goes high. PK dumps the puck back in. And Caribou ice it back down into the Halifax zone. Gold Trader coming out of his net. Sends it all the way back down to the Caribou zone. Where it's slapped away, and that will be the game. 1-0 Caribou.
Phenomenal game by Crowbar. Great game by Gold Trader too. Just got a little unlucky with that Owl goal. No one really covering him. A close contest though, closer than I thought for sure between these two teams.
I agree entirely. And with the amount of shots that Gold Trader faced, you can only do so much for your team to bail them out.
Yeah, just a little bit of a bad rap there. I think he faces so many shots. He's really a phenomenal goalie. I've seen a few games with him, and he does everything for his team. He tries to keep them in the game as much as he can. Does a really good job, but you know, shot after shot after shot, it gets kind of tough. You know, you get worn down. Good performance by him though in this game again.
Truly. I hope that in this next round, we will see more of a defensive effort. made by the Halifax Hooks, and maybe some offense too, generated from their good defense, which will hopefully get them some goals. Ten seconds remain in the warm-up, and the second game is almost underway. Caribou win for the opening face-off, and Dalfan recovers the puck inside his zone. Passes it up to Bubbles inside center ice. Puck battle along the boards, and Bubbles is still victorious. Makes an attempt to pass it up, and it's deflected by a stick. Dumped it into the Halifax zone, and we have a goaltending change for the Halifax Hooks. Number 22, Biglar, taking over the reins of the net, and makes a wonderful backdoor save on Bo Jarzen. Dalfan recovering the puck inside the Caribou zone. Carries it up, dumps it back, pass to number 7 inside the Halifax zone. Puck battle along the wards. Dalfan is bodied, and Owl recovers the puck inside the Caribou zone. It's passed back up to Dalfan along the blue line to the Halifax. Puck battle here in the middle of center ice, and it transferred over to the Halifax zone along the boards, and Bo Jarzen manages to get it away, passes it back to Owl in the slot.
Nice
Makes a
move.
pass,
Oh,
and it's almost shot on the open back door.
they're a little
Bubbles
too
with a
close
shot
together,
attempt.
like the cheese and the grilled cheese sandwich. I think he should have shot that, but a good play nonetheless.
Number
Once
44.
again.
Halifax Hooks carry the puck inside center ice, crossing over the blue line to the Caribou zone. 22 with a pass attempt out in front, and it does not go. And the puck is sent all the way back down into the Halifax zone. Number 36 recovers it inside his zone.
Gonna be the Red Deer Caribou zone there, but an interesting swap for the Caribou. Put in Biglar in. Gold Trader was really good in that first game, but the team just trying to switch it up a little bit, see if they can motivate the team here to get going.
Number 22 carrying it in. Pass attempt, and it does not go too far. Jack sends it back around to number 44. Bo Jarzen carries the puck inside, attempts to carry the puck inside the zone, but Dalfan recovers it, a shot, and it's saved. Excuse me for that blunder there.
Oh my goodness.
And a body made by
A yard
one of
sale
these
to the
two
left
players.
of Biglar. Good lord.
Got absolutely bodied,
Come on, boys. We're not playing shinny out there.
and and the puck is inside Caribou zone. Sent back up to Bo Jarzen. Puck is now behind the net. Kiwi recovers it. Puck battle along the boards, and Bubbles swipes it away and makes a shot attempt, but it goes just barely wide. Kiwi interrupts Owl with a body, and a breakout attempt is interrupted. A shot, and it's saved. A backdoor's in, it's off the post. Bubbles in a stick battle behind the net. PK recovers the puck and is in a tough board battle, and he wraps it back behind his net once again. Number 74 attempting to break it out of his zone. Manages to do so, passing to 22. Owl with the puck behind his net. Stick handling in his own zone, attempting to find a lane to pass through. And he finds one, attempting to make one to Bubbles. And Kiwi recovers it. Makes a dump in attempt. And he recovers it. Bubbles fans it back out into center ice, and it's dumped back into the zone.
Got Jack 2K, known cherry picker. He's deep, but a couple of guys are back to defend him.
The puck travels across the blue crease of the goaltender. An interesting place to put it, but it ended up working out. PK attempts to carry it back into the zone, but it's sticked away. Number 44 carrying it across the blue line. Makes a pass attempt after losing the puck. Desperation play to attempt to maintain possession of it. But a few failed passes later and a massive body again.
It was
Halifax
kind of up
is
high.
able to recover the puck.
No rules here in PHL except for Jint. That was a high hit on Boljarzen.
He might need his head checked after that one. That was a very hard hit, and that would be the end of the period.
Yeah, we do not have any concussion protocol. They don't fund that for us, but he'll probably get checked out by somebody here.
Whoa. Did we just get a glitch? What happened?
You should be good. Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, my screen flickered and it seemed like the intermission period time just reset. That was weird. Owl sends it back out of the zone, and PK recovers it in his zone. Halifax Hoods make a breakout attempt to Kiwi. Kiwi sends it into the Caribou zone. Pass attempts are made to attempt to open up a shooting lane, and it's passed back door, and it does not go. It's blocked away by traffic. Jax with a wraparound, and it does not go. It's deflected away and back across the blue line. Bubbles carries it across the blue line. Passes to Boljarzen out in front.
Nice
Shoots,
move to the
saved.
forehand. Fantastic move by him there. Found some open ice, but a great save by Big Lar. Oh, look at that.
And it goes in.
That's what we call the commentating curse here. Bubba, or we call him Bubbles now, apparently. Down low, easy wraparound. Well, I shouldn't say easy. That was far side. That was beautifully placed like Picasso. What a goal. Look at this now. Oh, man. Bubba looking for his second goal there.
All right, and we're back. Can you hear me?
You are heard, sir.
All right, thank you. My bad, sorry. Puck is sent back down into the zone. Boljarzen makes a breakout pass. Owl with a shot. It does not go. Goes wide of the net. 44 dumps it back in. Passes behind the net to Boljarzen. Owl makes a play, and it's back behind the net. Puck battle along the boards. Kiwi recovers it. And it's swiped away by Boljarzen along the blue line again. A pass is almost made to the back door, but it's sticked away. And Boljarzen, stick handling, makes an attempt to pass out in front, but it just barely misses Owl, and it goes out of the zone. Hook stick handling in center ice, carries it across the red line, blue line, excuse me, and makes a shot attempt, and it goes wide of the net. Bubbles attempted another wraparound, but Kiwi was able to break that play up with his stick. Passes it wide to Dalfan inside the hook zone. Crowbar plays the puck, sends it back out to center ice. Bubbles recovers it, manages to get past the defender. It's out in front, and it's poke checked away by Big Lar.
It's a beautiful poke check by Big Lar. Comes out just a little bit. Dalfan just got leveled on the blue line there. Or at center ice, excuse me. He's back up, though. Good for him.
Good for him. Bubbles with the puck inside the Caribou zone. Sends it back around the net to Boljarzen. Number 18 recovering it. Passes it, and it's blocked away by traffic in center ice. Crowbar exits his net to play the puck. And it's sent back down to number 18. Puck battle here.
Nice pass.
And Owl out in front.
Oh, man! Like the new Superman out there, Connor McOwl. That's a great pass, by the way.
And a phenomenal toe drag.
Moves. all day, and Big Lar just no chance for him.
And
That
it's,
was beautiful.
and it's 2-0 Halifax Hooks. Face-off win by the Caribou at least, and Kiwi recovers inside his own zone.
As a goalie myself, that kind of thing really grinds my gears, but that was a beautiful goal, I can't lie.
And that is Owl's 7th goal of the season and 2nd of the series. Absolutely incredible. And
Honestly, Owl's stats really surprised me. You'd think he'd have more goals, but he's been a Mr. Apples this season with, I think, over 20 assists. 15? That's a lot of points.
that is a lot of points. Owl behind the net, puck battle along the boards, and it's sent back out. Dalfan recovers the puck, and he's carrying it across his zone and dumps it into the Caribou zone. Caribou making an attempt to break it out, but Halifax recovers the puck. Bojarzen behind the net makes a pass attempt to Bubbles, who sends it back to Bojarzen, but he wasn't ready for that, and PK recovers it for his team. PK sends it wide to Kiwi, but it's intercepted by Owl. Owl carries it across the blue line.
Big hit behind the play there.
Owl passes it to Bubbles, who was behind him, and attempts to make a pass to the back door, but it's sticked away. And that's the end of the period.
Great save there by Big Lar. They don't call him Big for nothing. Bojarzen was there, but Lars just stands tall and makes that save.
Anybody want an intermission interview? Ask me some questions.
Here, I can hear somebody on the ice calling back that they want an intermission interview. But third period's underway. If you're just
Only
now
we have the time.
if you're just now joining us, it is 2-0 Halifax Hooks. And Caribou pass it out of their zone to Jack, but it's sent all the way back down into the
Looks like,
Caribou zone.
Chad wants to be a linesman in this game. Could you imagine if we had offsides? I think Jack 2K's night would be over if offsides were a thing.
If offsides was a thing, they wouldn't be playing tennis like this anymore. That's all these games kind of delve into with these really good defensive-based teams. Is that
We'd
it
be
just
stuck
kind
here
of
forever.
yeah, it just kind of becomes tennis until all the time drains away and we don't really see any offense made really. But puck battle on the logo of center ice, and the puck is back into the Caribou zone where it's recovered by Jack. Breakout, ices it, and Crowbar plays it for the Hooks. Sends it far to Dalfan. And it bounces off his helmet and to Bubbles, who sauces it to Bojarzen and almost gets a shot off. Caribou now with the puck inside their own zone, carries it across into center ice. Kiwi entering the Halifax zone, and it's sticked away by Dalfan. Owl wins another board battle as he body checks.
Look at this pass.
And
Oh, man.
oh,
It's
the
wide
puck is out
open.
in front with no goaltender, but no offense is able to get that one through. Crowbar plays the puck out of his crease and passes it to Dalfan, who
Looks
sends
are
it up
just
to
all
Owl.
over the slot there, and that's what happens when your passes are tape to tape and you got a guy like Owl on your team. Just totally nasty.
Halifax now with the puck inside Caribou zone. PK recovers it, and he sends it across center ice into the Halifax zone. And Kiwi recovers it, makes a pass to the slot, and it does not go. Goes a little far, but Halifax
Ooh,
a
look at
shot,
that.
and it's saved by Crowbar.
Right save by Crowbar.
Owl stick handling behind his net, attempting to get past the attackers. Kiwi with a shot, and it's blocked by traffic. Halifax Hooks now recovering in their own zone, sends it up and high. Kiwi inside the Caribou zone, passes it back to 22. 22 to 32 inside the Halifax zone, but it's sticked away, and now Bubbles has possession of the puck. Hooks make a breakout pass to Dalfan in center ice. Dalfan crosses over to blue line. Makes a shot, and it goes off the
Oh!
post, and the rebound is almost poked in by Bo Jarzen.
Oh, he had that lined
Bubbles.
up, and he had Big Lar beat. Man, can't beat the iron there, I guess. What a chance.
Number 22 makes an attempt to body 88 and recovers the puck for the Red Deer Caribou.
OF a second ago thinks he's me. They're trying to slam Bubbles into the boards, but he misses. Oh, wow, what a shot.
From the blue line. I did not expect that at all. A wonderful shot by PK, just slips by the goaltender. I guess he just wasn't expecting that shot to come at all, and it slips by his stick and into the net.
Yeah, you know, that'll happen. That's surprisingly not that uncommon in PHL, kind of goal like that. They're not as easy as they look to save. They can be hard to read sometimes, especially if there's a screen. And Crowbar's a rare miscue for him.
Man, as a goaltender myself, I know I've also let in a few just like that in this beautiful game. And now Caribou carry it into the Halifax zone. A shot attempt,
Shot
and
by
Crowbar
Jack.
manages to deflect it away.
Jack Duque, you don't see him shoot from that far very often, but maybe they're trying their luck again on a long shot.
Must be. I mean, if it worked once, what are the chances of it working again? Uweef has the puck, and it's passed back to PK. A little bit of friendly fire there, and Bubbles of the Halifax recover it. The dump in is recovered by Jack. Caribou stick handling in their own zone. And it's battled along the boards. Bo Jarzen and
just trying to
Jack.
kill time.
And Jack manages to break it out, passing to Kiwi. Kiwi attempts to pass to PK, but Owl recovers it, and it's again poked away.
Yeah, the Hooks are going into full kill the clock mode. They're just desperately trying to kill the last of the 20 seconds here as players like Jack Duque are starting to get going here for the Caribou.
Jack attempts
Look
to
at
pass out in
this.
front, and it's in the slot, and nobody's able to get a stick on that to complete the shot.
Nice
Kiwi
play.
out front,
Oh,
and it's saved.
what a play by
And-
OF, but it's not going to pay off. Time winds down.
And that is the game. 2-1, Halifax Hooks. And that was an incredible game. Defensively, both teams were kind of batting it back and forth, but a few lucky and unlucky, depending on how you look at it, shots managed to get some of the pucks in for a 2-1 score.
Yeah, I mean, that's the pro division. It's all about, positioning and tape-to-tape passes. You see it the most in this division. A little less physicality than the other two. It's, definitely part of it's a skills contest. But phenomenal performance by both teams. The Caribou almost brought that back. That was getting close. Jack 2K was starting to heat up, but the Hooks hang on for a 2-1 win.
And with that, we don't have much to see here. My name is Finality, and I was joined late by Log, and we are signing out for this game.
He gets it in. It's gonna be tight here. It's in. Oh my God! Goalie goal. Goalie goal. Goalie goal. Where do we find these guys? He's going, and he's got it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tyler for Game 2 of this triple header we have tonight, and I am joined by Log for color.
What's going on, y'all? We got a great contest for y'all. The Bloomington Wild in town play the Albany Beavers. The Albany Beavers, the one and only team that have the one and only meat sale. They're the best team in the Pro Division, best team in the PHL. I'm looking forward to a really fire contest tonight. What do you think?
I think that both teams are going to have a very good offensive display here tonight. And I'm ready to see what exactly this game will have in store for us tonight.
Yeah, two baller goalies. We got Yeesh on one end and Sleepy with the eye on the other end. Both of them, they make their presence known in the PHL. That's to say the least. Sleepy, the past few games we've seen her play, has just been a total brick wall. Very, very solid for Wild. And Yeesh on the other end, I haven't seen him play as much, but he's a very physical goalie. He's very aggressive, as some of us may know from the Pugs. And he'll make his presence known in this game for sure. Everybody tuning in for this contest. It's always good when the Albany Beavers are playing. They're going to be the home team tonight. Bloomington Wild, very, very good team as well. They're good on the road is one note I've taken. And that starts with a good captain in Luma Lee, very vocal captain. You know, his players play behind him, you can tell, as the puck drops underway.
Lumley recovers the puck inside his own zone. Makes a breakout pass to number 4. And number 13 picks it up. Number 13 inside the zone. In the slot. A shot, and it's saved by Yeesh. Number 29
Saved by
passes
Yeesh early in the game.
19 carries the puck. Makes a pass attempt to height. Jinx, excuse me, sorry. Number 11 carries it. And a shot made on Yeesh, who makes another wonderful save. Number 13 recovers the rebound, and it's sticked away by Meatsale. Meatsale passes it.
Yeah, Owen, Matt, and Dickie Pecker are usually one of the best defensemen in the entire PHL. This team is stacked.
Oh, what a name. I don't want to get demonetized by saying that name too many times, so I think I'm going to stick with calling him number 4. Oh, Owen attempts to get the puck. Meatsale takes it. Is in his own zone. And it's sticked away across the blue line. Meatsale with the puck again. Sends it up with a pass to 92. Puck battle along boards. And Chad carries it across the blue line into the zone. Passes it. And passes back in front, and it's saved.
Great chance there. Chad just misses.
Matt with a breakout pass, and Lumley has it all alone in the slot. Attempts to pass it back, and it's deflected away. Meatsale flips it up to 92. And number 4 carries it inside his own zone. Number 4 sauces it over to Matt. And Matt gets it taken off his stick by Meatsale, who carries it back into the zone. Passes it across. 92 recovers it behind the net. And attempts to pass it again back out in front, but Dickie Pecker manages to recover it. Puck is now in center ice. Chad attempts to dump it back in, but it's poked by Matt. Owen carries it across the blue line, and it's poked away by Meatsale. Matt with the puck attempts to pass it back behind him to Owen. Owen passes it out in front for a play that's not there. And a tricky rebound off the stick of Meatsale, and he manages to get it back, passes it up.
Puck bouncing all over like we're in a child's bounce house there. Going everywhere early in the first period here.
The best part of every birthday. Owen passes it back behind him to Lumley, who gets a shot off net. And it's
I
deflected
never
off
got
the
a bounce
stick.
house on my birthday.
Oh, that's very unlucky. I think I had 1, maybe 2. Matt wraps it back around behind the net to Dicky Pecker. Passes it out in front, and it's intercepted by 92, who passes it up to Chad. Chad carries it across the blue line, gets a shot off, and it goes wide of the net. Meatsail recovers the rebound, dumps it back in, wraps it around to 92. 92 draw passes it to Chad. Chad attempts to make a pass out to the slot, but nobody's there to receive it. Carr with a
What a
shot
shot.
attempt high, and it's saved by Sleepy.
What a shot. I don't know if Sleepy was ready for that at first, but she reacts to it. Makes a great save up high, as you mentioned.
Lumley with the puck attempts to pass it to Matt. Owen recovers it. He's in the slot, and he is bodied, and the shot is unable to get sent off. Wraps it back around to number 11. Number 11 kind of has too much momentum to keep possession of the puck, and Carr manages to get it. But Lumley manages to get the puck again and sends it into the zone. A shot for a rebound, and it does not go.
Down low, we see more and more players trying to abuse that big 5-hole the developers gave the goalies in the recent update. But a good save by Yeesh keeps it closed.
Meatsail stick handling in center ice. Carries it over to blue line. Gets a shot off, but it goes wide of the net. Carr recovers the rebound, wraps it back around to the defender, Chad. Chad attempts to get a shot off, but is blocked by traffic, and puck is now back into center ice.
Oh my goodness, what a shot.
What an incredible shot, just barely on the short side. Manages to get past the boot of Sleepy.
That was all thanks to Meat Sail and a great forward tip-in by Hijinks. Honestly, no chance for Sleepy. She tries her best, but when the puck tips like that, it can be really, really difficult.
And the Albany Beavers are up 1-0 in this first period with 15 seconds remaining. Bloomington Wild attempt to make a breakout pass. Number 4 attempts to send it high to dump it into the Beaver zone, but it's sent
Great baseball
back
swing by Meat Sail.
Yeah, and it's sent back into the zone, and that's the end of the period.
Well, I always wonder what it's like being on the Albany Beavers. Like, you get a chance to play with the greatest puck player of all time in Meat Sail. I mean, what is that got to be like? I mean, it's got to be like playing with McDavid. He just does things you can't even imagine. You know, each time he assists a goal scorer, they're always pointing at him like he's just the man. Mr. Apples, Mr. Goals, Mr. Everything out there for the Beavers.
And the second period, and the face-off is underway. Lumley with the puck inside the Wild zone sends it up to Chad, and it's sticked away by Yeesh. Meatsail sends it back up to Hijinks, and it's sticked by Lumley. Dicky Pecker bounces it off the boards to pass to himself and is carrying it in center ice. Inside the Beaver zone, Owen on the short side attempts to shoot, but it's sticked by Chad.
Oh, here, ooh, look at that second chance. Trying to poke it behind Yeast there. Owen, the Bloomington Wild's version of Meat Sail, he's also very, very good. Almost pulls off a sneaky goal there.
Especially with the rebound off the back of the goalie's leg. Hijinks passes it far, attempted to Meatsail, but Lumley manages to intercept it, slapping it back down and passes it to number 4. Number 4 in the slot, and Meatsail sticks it away, and Hijinks recovers it in center ice. Lumley recovers it inside his own zone.
Oh, Hijinks just got decked. That hit was up high.
Lumley inside the zone. A shot, and it's almost tipped in by Owen, but it's an excellent save by Yeesh.
Really good
Beats
one,
it.
and Yeast was pretty close to his goal there. You don't really see him playing that far back in the crease. So a rare one for him.
Carr attempts to make a pass. 29 recovers it. Beavers send it up, and Owen has it inside the zone. Owen with a shot, and it's sticked by Meatsail for an excellent defending block.
Owen blows a tire behind the play. Maybe some space for Meat Sail here.
Meatsail stick handling inside the zone. Makes a pass attempt, And Carr just barely cannot get it onto his stick, and it's sent back out into center ice. Chad attempts to dump it back in, but it's blocked by Dicky Pecker.
Uh-oh.
Owen
Look
inside the
out
slot,
here.
a shot, and it's saved by Yeesh.
What a stop by Yeesh. If I were Owen, I would have tried to go maybe far side there to trick Yeesh, but still a really good scoring chance. He just totally beat the defender there.
And Sleepy pokes the puck away. And contested possession of the puck here inside the zone, and Lumley manages to get it across center ice, over the blue line, a shot for a rebound again on Yeesh, who swipes it away, back out into center ice. Number 4 with the puck, dumps it back in. And a shot attempt by Owen to get it just above the pad, doesn't go, it bounces off the post. And now Meatsail with the recovery of the rebound sends it over center ice. Meatsail with a shot attempt, and it goes back around behind the net.
Good keep in there. Oh, just they get it back.
Just barely. Meatsail with the puck inside his own zone. Attempts to deke it past Matt, but Yeesh exits his zone to dump it right back out of his zone to recover that play. Hijinks now with the puck, and on one-on-one breakaway, passes it behind him, and it goes back into center ice. Chad attempts to dump it in, but it's blocked by the body of Lumley, who carries it across the blue line. And a wonderful back check sends it back into the Beaver zone. And a
Look
shot,
out! Jump shot,
excuse
reverse
me.
baseball swing, a golf swing by Meatsail. To be honest, nearly goes in.
The wild zone. Barn. And the puck is broken back out to Lumley. Lumley almost gets it past Chad, but he manages to get a stick on it and sends it over to Meatsail. Meatsail in center ice. Stick handling over the red line. Attempts to dump it into the zone. But it's dancing on the blue line, and Lumley recovers it, sending it back into center ice. Over the blue line, a shot attempt from out far, and it's saved.
Look at
Owen
this.
with another
Ooh.
shot, and it's saved.
First rebound doesn't really go in Yeesh's favor. Another chance, but he recovers and makes a great second save.
Meatsail attempts to carry the puck over center ice, but it's sent all the way back into Yeesh's zone, who gets out of his net to play the puck and passes it back to Meatsail in center ice. Dump in, drop pass to number 10. Carr passes to 29. A shot attempt, and it's saved. Lumley now recovering the puck. Breakout pass to number 4, who's unable to get it. Yeesh sends the puck back into center ice. And it's sent right back in. Matt with the puck behind the net. Attempts to make a wraparound pass, and it does not go. And that's the end of this period. 1-0.
Really tight contest so far. Meatsail is just so close to just totally owning this game. He's one of the few players that really makes every single player on his team, better around him. He's just phenomenal. He's got great hands, but he's also not a selfish player, as we saw him assist on that first goal. That was a beautiful goal.
That was a beautiful goal. And it just barely slipped by the skate of the goaltender to give them this 1-0 lead. And the face-off for the third period's underway, and the Beavers, recover it. Chad inside his own zone, passes it behind him to Meatsail in center ice. Hijinks inside the wild zone. Makes an attempt to pass it out in front, but it does not go, and it's sent back down into the Beavers zone. Carr recovers the puck and dumps it back in. Dicky Pecker sends it back around to Lumley. Lumley with possession of the puck inside his own zone, carries it across the blue line and passes it far to Matt. Sticked away by Meatsail, and number 4 manages to poke it back into the zone. Owen with the puck gets it sticked away, and Hijinks recovers it behind the net and sends it far. Lumley with the puck inside his own zone, passes it to number 13. 13 to 11 with a shot, and it goes just wide of the net.
Right intention there. He originally was aiming for just by the post there, but it ends up going a little too far wide. He kind of overextends his stick a bit.
And the puck is sent back into the Bloomington Wild zone with Lumley recovering the puck. Lumley skating it up along the boards. sends it high in an attempt to pass it to Owen, who attempts to get some kind of shot off, but he just doesn't have enough of his stick on it, and it's sent back into Lumley's zone. Lumley recovers the puck, and Hijinks manages to poke it off of his stick. Lumley with the puck behind his own net, sends it up through his zone.
Hijinks taking a nap there on the ice. He's got to get up and catch up. Nice
Cross.
baseball swing there.
And it's deflected by traffic back out of the zone, and it's dumped back in. Owen attempts to make a tipping play to get it into the net, but it just doesn't go.
Carr trying to hit a grand slam there defensively, but it goes right back into his zone. And here comes Meatsail.
Meatsail makes an attempt to pass it to the back door, but it's blocked again by traffic. Carr recovers the puck inside center ice and carries it into his own zone. Carr banks it off to Meatsail in center ice. Meatsail carries it into his own zone and back into center ice, where he then dumps it into the zone.
God, I'm not used to seeing Carr play a defensive role here. In PHL, I guess my only experience with him is in Pugs, where he's just totally pub stomping everybody. This shows you how talented and deep this roster goes for the Beavers.
And when I was a goaltender for Pugs, just recently I went up against Carr. He is an incredible offensive force, and it's off the crossbar.
Yeah.
Almost took the words out of my mouth if that went in. I wouldn't even know what to say there. And Lumley recovers the puck and attempts to send it back out, but Hijinks is dancing with it a long line. A very good block. Puck is contested with its possession here in center ice along the red line, and Lumley recovers it. He's out in front. He shoots.
Oh, great
and
save.
It's saved. A phenomenal save by Yeesh, the goaltender. But the Beavers, the Bloomington Wild managed to break it out of the zone. Meatsail inside center ice. Sends it up. It's blocked by the body of Meatsail as Lumley attempts to make a breakout. And the goaltender plays the puck and sends it into center ice. Lumley with a pass attempt to Matt. Matt,
Look at
a
this.
shot for rebound, and it's saved just barely wide of the net. Hijinks, breakout pass to Carr.
Heads up play by Lumley, though.
Meatsail carries it over to blue line with a shot, and it just goes off the post of Sleepy. Owen with the puck passes it to Matt. Matt carries it over to center ice line and dumps it into the zone. Chad gets a body on it and breaks it out all the way back into the Wild zone. Dickey Pecker passes it up to Owen, and it's dumped into the Beaver zone. Chad recovers it, sends it to Hijinks in center ice. Hijinks on the short side of the goaltender, carries it behind the net, and passes it to himself off the boards, and attempts to jump it high up to Meatsail on the back door, but the pass just has a little too much sauce on it, and it goes too high.
Look at that chance.
A shot for rebound, and a wonderful save by Sleepy, and the puck is dancing along the blue line.
Hijinks a man on a mission there, swatting that puck, but Sleepy said no.
And that's the game as the puck enters the Beaver zone for one last recovery. And it's 1-0 Albany Beavers.
Yeah, great full team effort by the Albany Beavers. They just controlled the whole game, in my opinion. The Wild had a few chances, but Meatsail once again demonstrating why he's the best player in PHL. And his team backing him up, so a great performance by the Beavers.
And I agree with that completely. The Wild were on the defensive almost that entire game, meaning they could not get very many shots off on the net. They couldn't really play the puck. Even in their own zone, they were kind of struggling to keep the puck on themselves. But the few chances that they did have, they were just instantly shut down by Albany.
Wonderful seeing any subs for the second game here.
And we have about 20 seconds left until the second matchup.
Looks like they're going to stick with the same roster here for both teams. We got Pinks here in the stands. I wonder if he'll make an appearance. Always a good game when Pinks is out
Maybe.
there. Pink's got to be
Maybe.
one of my favorite 200-foot players. He's a really, really good two-way forward. He plays in all 3 divisions, so you know he's a workhorse. He works hard out there.
He's a good omen for the team.
Very good.
Chad has the puck inside his own zone, carries it across the blue line, passes it far to Meatsail. Meatsail carries it over the blue line. It is interrupted by the stick of Bloomley, who is unable to get it off. Meatsail maintains possession. Carr with the puck out.
We saw Pinks
Inside.
join his new Division 2 team, and they improved immediately.
Absolutely phenomenally here. That's good for him. Matt dumps the puck into the zone, and it's sent far by Yeesh. Owen with the puck behind the net. Passes it out in front, and Matt is unable to get the shot off. And another pass attempt, and Yeesh just sticks it behind his net again. Puck is now in center ice. Matt recovers it. Carries it back over to blue line.
Nice move.
Contested possession of the puck here as the goaltender exits his crease to fire it back down. And Diggy Pecker shoots it all the way back down to Yeesh. Yeesh makes a breakout pass to Chad. 29 sauces it to Meatsail, who passes it again to Hijinks. Another shot attempt, and it's blocked by traffic. Owen carrying it over to center line. Into the zone. Past to Lumley. And a shot that just goes wide of the net. Hijinks recovers it and breaks it out to Chad. Contested possession of the puck here as it's battled for, and number 4 manages to recover it. Lumley has the puck inside the zone and attempts to make a pass, but it doesn't go. Owen with the puck deep inside the zone wraps it around to the defender. Number 4 attempts to carry it deeper into the zone, but it's interrupted by Chad. Carr sends it far to Hijinks inside the zone, and Hijinks is unable to recover the pass. Puck battle ensuing along the boards here, and Lumley finishes it off. And attempts to break it out, but Chad takes the puck, carries it into the zone, backdoor pass, a shot, and it's flubbed. Number 4 attempts to play the puck, but Hijinks recovers it, and a shot, and it's saved. Carr
Great
behind the net.
pass. Good eyes by Carr to jump in on the play. Good save by Sleepy.
Lumley recovers the puck. Carries it over to center line. Over to blue line. Lumley with the puck out in front, attempts to do a shot, but it's deflected by Yeesh. Lumley again with the rebound. Shoots, and it's sticked away by Yeesh. Owen passes it back to Lumley, who is now in center ice, and it's dumped back into the zone. Chad attempting to break out the puck, excuse me, and it's interrupted by Matt, but it's recovered and sent back to Chad. Sends it over center ice to Lumley. Lumley dumps the puck back out, and it's inside the Beaver zone. Hijinks with the puck in center ice, carries it over to blue line to the Wild zone. Hijinks with number 4 on him, and drops it back to Carr, who attempts to make a shot, but it goes wide of the net. Meatsail recovering the rebound behind the net, sends it back around the boards. Matt recovers the puck for the Wild.
Shot was pretty hard there. Sleepy's thanking her lucky stars that went wide. That was a heater of a shot.
Chad recovers the puck for the Beavers, carries it over to blue line into center ice. Passes it up to Meatsail, who carries it into the Wild zone. Passes to Carr in the slot, but it's interrupted by Matt. Contested possession of the puck once again inside the zone, and Carr manages to get it, passing it to Meatsail. Meatsail does not have a proper angle on it, but he manages to recover it. He sends it far back into the Wild zone. Hijinks attempts to swat it into the net, but it's sticked again. Meatsail with the puck out in front, a pass to the back door, and it's off the post.
want to say,
Detail
did
with another
Sleepy
shot
maybe get a
attempt.
piece of that? Oh, man. Oh, my
think he-
days.
I think he did get a piece of that. That was incredible. And a shot again, and I think that one just barely missed the net.
Yeah, she
And
made a
that's
great
the end
save
of the
there.
period. I believe that the Beavers for this game are actually showing a lot more offense as they were last game. But again, with the defensive efforts made by both teams, really, it's still 0-0.
Yeah, great saves by Sleepy. She's had a phenomenal game so far, bailing her team out. You know, when your goalie plays like that, it's up to you as a forward or a defenseman, any skater. It's up to y'all to respond and, you know, bail out your goalie in this one. Pay him back because they're playing great.
And the Wild have also had a lot more offensive chances, and they've almost made really good plays to get them into the back of the net. But again, the defensive prowess of the Beavers here just prevented it from going into net.
Yeah, you know, in the Wild, they're a good team and they can do just that. But this is a test. You're playing the best team in PHL. It's a test for them to play a full 200-foot game and try and get at least one win here. You can never beat Albany. Where are you going to go in the playoffs? And that's coming up, you know. The deadline's in 2 days. You got the roster lock. Next thing you know, it'll be playoffs.
Beats with the puck, attempts to wrap it
Look at
around,
this.
and it's saved by Sleepy. Owen recovers the puck for the Wild, sends it up the boards, carrying it over the blue line into center ice and dumps it into the zone. Lumley with the puck behind the net, banks it off the boards to Owen. Owen in a puck battle here with Meat Sail, manages to win it, passing it back to Dicky Pecker, who tries to get a shot off, but it's deflected by traffic. Carr with the puck now behind the Beavers net, attempts to make a breakout pass to Meat Sail, but Owen manages to get a body on it. Meat Sail with the puck now, carries it over the blue line into center ice. Carr now has the puck and sends it into the zone. Passes it far to Meat Sail. Meat Sail recovers the puck, carries it into the zone. A shot attempt on the short side of Sleepy, and it's saved. Owen with a breakout pass to Lumley, and Lumley dumps it into the zone. Number 4 dumps the puck back into the Beaver zone. Meat Sail recovers the puck, sends it over to blue line, carries it through center ice. And unfortunate body here means that the Wild now have possession of the zone. Lumley with the puck. Attempts to pass it.
Cutting
Matt
it
with
hard.
a shot, and it just barely goes wide.
Matt was just
Little-
sitting there like Ovechkin waiting for that, and it got on his stick, but he just put it wide. Kind of a tough one to
Just-
finish. Can't really blame him.
You cannot at all. Chad with the puck now for the Beavers. Wraps it around the net to Meat Sail. Meat Sail carrying it out of his zone. Dumps it into the Wild zone now. Lumley passes it behind him to Owen. And a little stick pass by Matt to Owen once again. And a shot, and it's missed. Matt attempting to regain possession of the puck. Sends it around, but it's now in center ice. Contested possession here as both teams are kind of tapping it back and forth. And Meat Sail,
Look at this. Oh
a
my
shot
goodness.
attempt, and it's saved by Sleepy once again with a clutch save. Owen sends it high to Matt, but is unable to finish it. Breakout pass by Carr to Meat Sail, who carries it over the blue line. Meat Sail inside the Wild zone, and it's poke checked away. Meat Sail recovers the puck again, but it's batted away by Matt. Matt carrying it over into the Beaver zone. Makes a pass
Yes.
attempt out in front, and Lumley
Baseball
almost gets
swing.
it.
Oh.
A shot, and it's saved. Matt sends it
David
back
tight there
around
for
to 11.
Yeesh.
Matt out in front again with a shot, and it's saved by Yeesh. Carr, breakout pass to Meat Sail. Lumley recovers it and sends it back into center ice. Miscommunication here as Dicky Pecker and Lumley try to figure out who's taking the puck, and number 4 decides to.
Well, the Wild must have heard me in the booth here. They're pushing hard.
Owen with a Sick move. Almost manages to get it past the goaltender, but it's saved just barely by the blade of the skate.
I would have let
And
that
out.
go for sure. That's in if it's on me.
I'd probably let in almost all these shots if I'm being honest. Just incredible offense being displayed here. Number 4 with the puck inside the Beaver zone. A shot, and it's saved by Yeesh.
See, this is why Pro Q is a thing. We would be screwed in pugs.
Hijinks passes it up to Meat Sail inside the Wild zone, and Lumley recovers it. Attempts to make a breakout pass, but Meat Sail disrupts the flow and attempts to pass out in front for somebody who's not there. Now it's Matt dropping it to number 4. Owen sending it high into the Beaver zone, and that's the end of the period.
Great period by the Bloomington Wild. Just can't find a way to beat Yeesh. I sense that they're going to get 1 goal here. Hopefully I don't jinx them. Yeesh showing no wear and tear here as we head into the 3rd period. Still 0-0.
I think you might have jinxed that one there.
We'll see. Both goalies really good too. Sleepy as well. Making some great saves. She made some saves, stood on her head. Phenomenal performance in both creases here.
Absolutely, 100%. And the Wild are showing much more offense than they were in the first game. Maybe they weren't fully warmed up. I'm not entirely sure. But Parr here out in the slot with a shot attempt, and it's blocked by number 4, who breaks it out of the zone.
Those plays right off the face-off can sometimes be the most dangerous plays. The puck can bounce to a funny spot, and one player, like Carr, can be just gone.
Puck is passed to the goaltender,
LG pass.
who attempts to send it back out of the zone, but it's dumped right back into the Wild zone. Dicky Pecker now with the puck, runs it along the boards, passes it far to Owen in center ice. Owen sends it up to Lumley inside the Beaver zone. Lumley attempts to make a shot, but it's blocked away. And now Chad with the rebound. Sends it up to Hijinks. Hijinks scuffling for the board here in center ice. Manages to send it up to Meatsail, who attempts to pass it back to Hijinks in the slot. Puck is wrapped around to Meatsail. Hijinks now with the puck, attempts to pass it to Carr, but Meatsail recovers it in the slot. A shot, and it's saved. Meatsail recovers the rebound again behind the net. Attempts to wrap it around, but it's disrupted.
Sleepy holding the ground again. Talk about that play previously. Great G pass by Sleepy. Gets some offense going for her team. Showing some flashes of Snail there.
Matt attempts to pass it to number 4 for a breakout and recovers it. Dicky Pecker sends it deep for Lumley. Lumley now with the puck. Attempts to swat it into the net again with a little bit of a flashy play, but there's just too much traffic here to block it. And now Meatsail attempting to carry it into the Wild zone, but is disrupted by Dicky Pecker. Carries it across center line and dumped into the Beaver zone.
I guess
Owen
Dicky
with the puck,
Pecker's
pass it to
no longer number
slot.
4, eh?
Yeah.
Now we should be fine. Could be worse.
It could be a lot worse. I think this name's growing on me. Lumley now with the puck behind the Beaver net. Attempts to wrap it around. And a bit of a scuffle there in front of the crease. But the Beavers are able to recover it. Sends it far to Meatsail, who's inside center ice. Who is now into Wild zone. A shot on the short side on Sleepy, and it's off the pad for him. Matt with the puck inside center ice for the Wild, carries it into the Beaver zone. Drop pass to Lumley. Lumley now with the puck. A shot attempt, and it goes wide of the net. Matt recovers the puck. Makes a shot attempt, and it's blocked away by traffic. Number 4 dumps the puck back in. Owen wraps it around behind the net to Matt. Matt with a wraparound score.
Oh my goodness. That was just absolute cinema wraparound goal by Matt. That's how you do it. That's how you learn to good learning point for a lot of players watching or trying to learn how to do that. He just cuts in hard, and I think he put it 5-hole. That was just beautiful.
That was a phenomenal play, especially with the passing there as the players recovered the rebounds after rebounds and with passes behind the net and along the boards, and eventually all those clean passes just led to a 100 grade A scoring chance, and they capitalized. It's 1-0 Wild.
Look
Carr
at this.
passes out in
Try to
front and
tie it.
Sleepy bails them out again. Number 4
Great
passes
save by
to 73.
Tough save too. Sleepy standing on her head again. Makes a great low save.
Albany now with the puck inside center ice. Carries it over into the Wild zone. Hijinks in the slot, and it's disrupted by the flow of traffic. Owen now with a breakout pass to Matt all the way into Beaver
Look
zone.
at this.
He's all alone. 1-on-0
That's
breakaway.
goal.
A shot, and it's deflected off. Carr now with the puck. Attempts to pass it out. Off the body of Lumley, and now the Wild have possession of the puck. Dumped back into Beaver zone, and Yeesh playing the puck outside his crease. Sends it far to Chad. Owen with the puck sticks it away.
Wonder
And
if
now
Meadville's
Meadville
gonna make
has
a
it.
200-foot play here. All by himself. Oh, just tipped away.
Owen now with the puck inside the Beaver zone.
Trying to
Attempts
kill the
to
clock.
wrap the pass around to Lumley. Lumley dumps it back into the Beaver zone. 5 seconds to go.
That's it.
And that's the game.
Bloomington Wild with a huge response here. Sleepy's got to be my #1 star for that game. She was phenomenal, kept her team in it. And the Wild with a big response. They pushed back hard. Finally got one through Yeesh there.
Absolutely, 100% Sleepy bailed out her team in that game. Especially with the offensive focus that the Wild put on. Contrary to the previous game where they were more focused on defense, we can see that this new strategy panned out for them. All right, and this is finality with Log as commentating color. And that's the end of this matchup. Bloomington Wild with a phenomenal display here in the last game here. Really put on a show for the Beavers. And that's the end of this matchup tonight.
Yeah, stay tuned. We got the Hooks and Beavers coming on this same channel at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, my name is Log. I have Finality with me. Y'all have a safe night and stay tuned.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For the final game in this triple header tonight, we have the Halifax Hooks versus the Beavers once again. And my name is Finality. I am joined by Log.
Yeah, two teams that we've already seen so far in this triple header. Both of these teams are winners. They both got absolute red winners and studs on their team. For the Hooks, it's Owl or Connor McAll, as we say. They're on the road. Owl just a phenomenal season, and his team rallies behind him. And for the Albany Beavers, it's the one and only Meatsale, the greatest player of all time. Just as we saw in the last game, just totally disgusting, filthiest mitts I've ever seen. It's going to be a great contest here tonight in Albany. Looks like they're trying to start, but one of the Hooks players is still missing here. Players still getting warmed up here. We got Crowbar in the crease again. He's the #1 goalie, I think, in PHL, especially as of recent for the Hooks and the Calgary Galaxy as well. He's been very good down there. On the other end, we got Yeesh, who displayed an excellent amount of skill in the last game. Made some great saves, let the 1 goal in, which gave the Bloomington Wild the win in game 2. But aside from that, he has been a total stud. He's well known for his very, very aggressive play style, which I admire. And we'll see what he can do tonight.
And here we have the final player, Bo Jarzen, having joined the server. And that should mean that we should be underway here very shortly.
Well, Jar's a really scrappy player. You know, he's close to having that Brad Marchand alibi in the PHL. There's a couple players ahead of him on that. But he's a very greasy player, gets in the crease as we saw in the last Hooks contest. And, you know, I think it's going to be a physical one too. I know I've harped on Division 1 not being physical enough. But the past few games we saw, as we hear some chirping now on the ice, they've been physical and they've been scrappy, and these teams need it to get motivated. You know, playoffs are coming up, the deadline's coming up, the roster lock is coming. And I think we're in for some really, really good, intense matchups here as we get closer to playoffs.
And the vote to begin is now underway. Opening face-off. And it's a win for the Beavers. Chad now with the puck. Inside his own zone, stick handled. Chad carries it, passes it up to Meatsale. Meatsale interrupted by the body of Dalfan, but Chad is able to pick it up and dump it back into the zone. Meatsale into slot, and it's sticked away by Owl. Bo Jarzen now with the puck inside the zone. Passes it wide to Owl, who banks it off the boards. Owl to Bubbles inside the Beaver zone. Bubbles with a shot on the short side, and it's blocked away by Yeesh. Bo Jarzen now attempts to pass it wide to a defender that's not there, and Owl recovers it, dumps it back into the zone.
Yeesh, right before this, just now, Yeesh kind of got stuck on the post there. That could be kind of awkward. Hopefully they get that fixed soon. Who knows?
Who knows? And a shot attempt, and it's rebounded off of Yeesh. Hijinks now recovering it, sends it up to Meatsale, but it's sticked away by Owl. Chad with the puck inside the Halifax zone. Manages to drop it back down to Meatsale, who is in a board battle for the puck against 3 opposition players, but manages to pass it behind the net to Hijinks. Bubbles recovering the stray puck, sends it up to Bo Jarzen. Attempts to pass it up to Owl, but Dalfan recovers it. A shot again for a rebound on Yeesh. Just won't go in. Dalfan now with the puck inside center ice is back checked by Meatsale. Bo Jarzen now with the puck passes it to Owl, who's alone to slot a shot, and it goes wide of the net. Owl attempts to wrap it around, but Chad gets a stick on it and sends the puck high. Still inside the Beaver zone. Bojarzen with the puck inside center ice now. Passes it wide over to Owl. Owl dancing with the puck inside center ice. Passes it up to Bojarzen. Bojarzen attempts to wrap it around behind the net, and Carr will be recovering it. Carr, being back checked, manages to get a pass off to Meadsail, who is in the slot. Meadsail passes to Carr. Carr with a shot, and it goes wide of the net. Chad recovering the rebound, passes it over to Hijinks. Hijinks, a shot on Crowbar, and it's blocked away. Bubbles recovering the rebound, sends it up his zone.
Nice,
Carrying,
nice puck movement there by the Beavers, but it's just going to take a little more, not a little, a lot more to beat, you know, one of the best goalies in PHL in Crowbar.
Owl now with the puck inside his zone. Stick handles over the blue line into center ice. Banks it off to Bubbles. Bubbles attempts to make a pass to Bojarzen at the back door, but it's poked away by Meadsail, who makes a breakout pass all the way back down into the Halifax zone. Hijinks now attempting to recover the puck for his team is interrupted, and Owl sends it back out. Beavers now with the puck inside center ice. Attempts to carry it over to blue line, but it's interrupted by Bojarzen. Bojarzen now with the puck
Nice
inside the
hands
Beaver
here.
zone. It shoots, and it goes high of the net.
He
Meadsail
had time to dust that thing off too, and a great shot just goes a little high though. Sometimes that happens.
Owl recovers the puck inside the Hook's zone. Owl carrying it into center ice, passes it over to Dalfan. Dalfan dumps the puck in for a shot, and it's sent back out by Chad. Dalfan manages to get a stick on it, but doesn't manage to keep it into the zone. Bojarzen with a dump in. Dalfan sends it back to Bubbles. Bubbles with a pass to 44, shots, and it's blocked. Bubbles with an attempt to wrap the puck.
Ooh, look at this.
The red line, and scores. Just barely trickles past the goaltender on that one, and it's in the back of the net.
Exactly what I was talking about earlier. Bojarzen getting greasy, walks in looking like Shaq Hyman, just finds the puck at the right place, right time. Body's all over the ice, and Bojarzen puts it in 1-0 Hooks.
Evers with the puck. 29, stick handling his own zone. Sends it deep to Hijinks. Hijinks dancing along the blue line to the Halifax zone. Sends it back in. Bubbles recovers the puck. Banks it off to Dalfan for a breakout. Dalfan chips it up to Bojarzen inside the Beaver zone. Bojarzen, a pass out to Owl. Bubbles in front and whiffs on the shot. Chad sends the puck up back to Meadsail inside the Halifax zone. Meadsail with a shot, sends it again. Owl recovers that rebound and sends it up to center ice. Now inside the Beaver zone, Bojarzen drop passes it to Bubbles, who banks it off to attempt to send it back to Bojarzen, who sends it back to Bubbles, playing ping pong with the puck. And Bojarzen attempts to send it back to the defender, but Hijinks now had the puck. Breaks it out to Carr. Carr with the puck now inside the Halifax zone. Shots, and it's blocked away by Crowbar, and that's the end of the period. 1-0.
Good save by Crowbar at the end of the period there, and a great and very important goal for the Hooks to take a 1-0 lead against the best team in the PHL. We'll see how the Beavers respond in the second period.
So far, the Beavers appear to be maybe a little flustered by their defeat at the Wild in the second game last time. So maybe they need to lock in a little bit more in order to prevent more goals from just leaking in. Owl dumps it into the Beaver zone to Bojarzen. Dalfan now with the puck, attempts to pass out
Look
front,
at this.
and a shot, and a wonderful save by Yeesh. Hijinks now with the puck, carries it into center ice. Hijinks into the Halifax zone.
He's got wheels.
Attempts to make a shot, but it's poked away from a back check, and it just goes wide into the zone. Bojarzen now passes it wide to Owl. Owl dancing within center ice, dumps it into the Beaver zone. Aldany now making a breakout play. Dalfan chips it up into the zone. And a little bit of a contest here to claim possession of the puck, and it seems that Bubbles is victorious ultimately. Still inside the Beaver zone, plays it along the boards, attempts to pass it, but there's nobody there to receive it. Owl now carrying inside center ice for Halifax, passes it to Dalfan. Dalfan in the
Look at this
slot,
play.
a
What a
shot,
save.
a rebound, and it almost trickles in. But luckily the defender is there to block it, and maybe a little bit of a whiff by the offense.
Yeet
And it
looking like a
stays out of
jack
the
in
net.
a box all over his crease there, bouncing around everywhere, but he makes a great save.
He does manage to keep it out. Puck is still inside the Beaver zone, and Chad breaks it all the way out to meet Sale. Bubbles now inside center ice into the Beaver zone. Passing it, attempted to pass it to Owl in the back door, but Yeesh gets his stick on it and sends it away. Dalfan dumps it back into the Beaver zone. Yeesh playing the puck, sends it high and far to Dalfan in center ice. Howell recovers the puck in center ice and chips it back into the Beaver zone. Chad recovers the puck and sends it far. Howell now banks it off to Bubbles, and Meat Sail manages to recover it once again. Meat Sail now all alone. A shot, and it goes wide of the net.
He still dances through multiple defenders, and the shot nearly trickles in, went through the blue paint there.
And that would have been a very unfortunate goal to let go by. And a shot again. Bubbles just barely has too much momentum to overskate that puck. Otherwise, that would have been a phenomenal shot attempt. A pass out
Look
in
out.
front, and it's saved by Yeesh.
Great save by Yeesh there.
Halifax still maintaining possession of the puck inside the Albany zone. But now the Beavers are able to get the puck out of their zone and into center ice. Across the blue line into the Hooks zone. A shot attempt on crowbar, and it's sent away. Hijinks now recovering the puck inside center ice. Dances with it along the blue line. Passes it up to Carr. Carr
Looks like Chad
chips it
is
to
gone.
Meeksale.
Chad has left the ice for unknown reason. Looks like the Hooks are going to have a short power play here.
Emergency bathroom break.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
Carr.
There are some players in the bench. I don't know if any of them are allowed to come in. We'll see what happens, though.
Bubbles passes it behind the net to Dalfan. Dalfan now with the puck inside his own zone. Is interrupted by Meatsail, but he still manages to get the pass out, dumping it into the Beaver zone. Carr passes it behind his net to Meatsail for a breakout. Meatsail chips it high to Hijinks, but Bubbles intercepts the pass and sends it back into the zone. Carr with the puck again in center ice. Sends it over to blue line. And a 3-on-1. He just can't get through them all. Meatsail chips the puck up to attempt to recover the pass. And Owl chips it deep inside the Beaver zone. Carr attempting to body one of the Halifax players. Chips the puck out all the way back into the Hooks zone. And Dalfan recovers it. Dalfan now in center ice, passes it wide to Owl. Owl over to center ice line. Over to blue line. A shot attempt, and it's blocked by traffic. Meatsail stick handling over to blue line. Now into center ice. And back into his own zone as he attempts to find his bearing. Meatsail chips it high. And attempts to get it to Hijinks, but Owl's just there and takes it. Halifax now with the puck inside their own zone, stick handling, and that's the end of the period. And admin has paused the game to try to get an extra skater on.
Oh no, not the admins. They're here. I guess his PC crashed, so he'll be coming back. Look like Mouse wants to step on the ice. He's ready to go. I don't know if I would take him, but, well, I probably would, to be honest. If it was a pug, I'd pick him first. Oh, we all know that.
And
It looks like we'll just wait for Chad to come back here.
so far, we are seeing a very back and forth offensive and defensive effort shown by both of these teams. And with the shot attempts made, it's kind of a miracle that it's 1-0 right now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And if you're just joining us, as some people are tuning in now, welcome into PHL 3 of this Pro Division broadcast. We're doing the last contest of our triple header. It's the Halifax Hooks in town to play the Albany Beavers. The Hooks lead 1-0 in game one here. No surprise, they've just been dominant, even with an extra player on their team. You know, that power play setting, they've been really good.
PHL should get a merchandise store so we can plug that in during these little silent moments like this where there's nothing really much else to talk about. And they're talking
It's
about
usually plenty. You just gotta, I don't know, man. Play more pugs. You'll hear everything that goes on. That's where I get all my dumb logic from. But it looks like intermission is resumed here, so the play is gonna get started in 15 seconds. Chad is back from the bathroom break.
And Chad is running out of the locker with TP hanging out of his hockey pants. Quickly back to the bench in order to resume play here, and this period's about to be underway once again. Third period now underway. Beavers with a face-off win. Carr stick handling his own zone, breaks it out, passes it up to Meatsail, but is way too far. Owl behind the Halifax net. Overskates it just a little bit, but manages to back it up and passes it wide to Bo Jarzen. Dalfan recovers the puck and hands it off to Bo Jarzen once again. Makes an attempt to pass it to the back door, but it does not go. It's blocked away by Carr. Carr now inside the Beaver zone, passes it up to Meatsail, but it's sticked away.
Looks like the Hooks now lost a player. The Captain Owl had to go take a dump. It looks like Mouse might be in here. We'll see, though. It looks like he's back. Welcome back. Must have been a number 1, not number 2.
Thankfully. And now the puck is dumped back into the Beaver zone. Yeesh playing the puck behind his net, wraps it around the boards, and it comes dangerously close to the paint, but Carr is able to keep his stick on it and sends it up. Oh, excuse me. Owl with the puck behind the Halifax net. Makes a breakout pass to Bo Jarzen. Bo Jarzen now carrying it into the Albany zone. Makes an attempt to pass it a back door, and it's swatted down. It traffic out in front, and it just does not go in.
Baseball play there, swats the puck down. Now it's bouncing around the blue crease. Everyone's looking for it like an ice cream cone. Look at this chance.
Owl, oh, a wonderful chance, and it just barely misses the net again off the pipes. And Bo Jarzen with a wonderful chance there, passes it back up to Bubbles on the blue line, but Chad manages to get a stick on it. Carr now with the puck, sends it over. Meatsail contested possession of the puck here inside the Halifax zone. Puck is sent up high. Dalfan with the puck manages to break it out to Bo Jarzen, and it's swiped away by Chad. Chad with the puck behind his net, wraps it around the same side to Hijinks, and is absolutely bodied by Dalfan. Owl now attempts to dump it back in, but Hijinks still down on the ice, manages to get a stick on it, and he's back up in play. Crowbar with the puck, attempts to dump it out and accidentally passes out in front, but too much traffic and too much defense.
Chad's gonna chase it down. Really nice to see him skating well after he suffered from that ankle injury. It's a huge collision. Now Carr's got room. Oh! Commentator's curse right there.
What a wonderful shot to just slip by Crowbar.
Yeah, and Meatsail make a hit to take a hit to make a play, excuse me. Generates all that space for Carr to just walk in, razzle dazzle like it's nothing. And they tie the game.
And we do now have a tied game, 1-1. Dalfan now inside the Halifax zone, breaks it out to Bubbles.
His car again. Ooh. Dalfan
Car
got
with-
hit in the head there. Got to check for the chiclets on the ice.
Dalfan is getting just beat up this game. He got bodied. He's been slapped around with the puck. He's taking pucks to the head. Somebody needs to get EMT on him
Ooh,
after
look
this
out.
game's over. And a wonderful attempt out in front. A shot for rebound. And it's saved by Yeesh. Two
Reminds me of the-
back-to-back wonderful saves.
Reminds me of the times I cue Skater and Pugs. Everyone's complaining. Tell me I'm playing the game wrong, so I'm just hitting everybody. It's a good time, though.
There's nothing quite like it. And now hijinks for the Beavers inside center ice. Carries it into the Halifax zone. Hands it over to Meatsail. Meatsail pushing the side of the net. Attempts to make a wraparound, and it's saved by Crowbar to keep it tied. Owl now breaking it out of the zone. Manages to slip it past hijinks. A backdrop pass behind him. No looker to Dalfan, who dumps it into the Beaver zone. Chad recovers it. And a puck battle ensues, and Bojar's in with a wonderful attempt, and it just barely goes wide.
That's
The
in if
Beavers-
it's on the net.
Aladine now dumps the puck into the Halifax zone. The Hooks pass it out to attempt to break it out of the zone. And Owl chips it up to Dalfan along the boards. Dalfan moving it through center ice. Tries to dump it in. A shot, and it almost trickles off the back of the pad of Yeesh into the net, but it goes wide.
If I was in Yisha's shoes, I'd be having a heart attack with all these pucks bouncing funny around him. Look at this.
Detail
Man.
attempting to swish swash it back and forth on Crowbar, and Crowbar just is not fooled by it, and the puck is dumped right back into his zone.
Meatstill once again showing why he's the best player in the world, and Crowbar showing why he's one of the best goalies in the world. What a fantastic puck play there.
Bojarza now with the puck behind the Beaver zone, and that's the end of the period, tied 1-1. We're going into overtime.
That we are. It is going to be quite the finish here. Some superstar energy, some big hits in this game, starting to look like a pug that I would be in. Kudos to all these players. They're taking hits to make plays. Meat Sale, Al is out there, all these players, filthy hands. Some penalty kill action from both sides as we head into the first overtime.
And the first overtime is underway with a Beaver win of the faceoff. Hijinks passes it back down to Chad as he enters the Halifax zone. Chad takes it out in front, a shot attempt, and it's blocked away by traffic. Owl now with the puck behind the Hook's zone. Attempts to break it
That was
out.
just blocked. Great skating by Chad. It's hard after you break your ankle like that to get those strides, and it's always about those first 3 strides that count the most when you get skating. Great save, or great shot by him, just blocked, and great movement too.
And Owl with a light body manages to disrupt the path of the, of the Beavers. And the puck is sent back down into the Halifax zone, unfortunately. Dalfan now behind his net.
Looks like
Attempts to make the
Hobart
breakout.
Caribou legend Randy is stepping into the dance here. You wonder if his aura will affect these players on the ice.
If Pinks was not already a good omen for one side, this new addition to the spectating stands will definitely be a fine addition. Chad now with the puck inside the Halifax zone, attempts to wrap it around. Meat Sale of the Beavers now has the puck, attempts
What'll
to
he
chip
do?
it to the
Oof,
back door.
look out.
And Hijinks almost baseballs it into the net. And Carr manages to keep it in the Beavers' possession inside this zone. Chad attempts to pass it back door.
Hijinks has cemented himself as Meatsteel's partner, his dynamic duo. It's basically his Leon Draisaitl to McDavid. He's out there looking to tip everything Meatsteel throws on goal, looking to catch those passes, and those two have been so good together.
And speaking of, Hijinks makes a wonderful pass up to Meatsail, but unfortunately with a defensive play, it doesn't fully go. Puck is now deep inside the Halifax zone, and Randy has unfortunately left us inside the server.
How unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. Puck
This
battle.
bug must have popped.
Must have. Carr now dumps it deep into the Hook's zone, and Dalfan recovers it. Sends it around the boards behind the net, and Bubbles sends it up, hopefully trying to dump it in. Bojar's in now with the puck, and it's swept away by Chad.
Well, Jarzen trying to farm a greasy play there. Just taken away by Chad, though.
Chad passes to Hijinks. Hijinks now inside the hook zone, attempts to make a play, and is disrupted by the sheer amount of defenders on his tail. Owl now with the puck, breaking out of his zone. Chips it to Bubbles. Bubbles now entering the Albany zone. Makes a pass to the slot, but nobody's there to receive it due to so much traffic. And now the Beavers have possession of the puck inside their own zone. Carr behind his net, stick handles. Attempts to break it out. Break out pass to Chad inside center ice. Contested possession of the puck here as the Beavers recuperate. And now Meat Sale is inside the Halifax zone. And it's poked away by Owl. Owl chips it to Dalfan for a breakout. And it has too much oomph on it and it goes wide. Carr dumps it back into the Hooks zone. Owl passes it to Dalfan. Dalfan now in center ice, chips it to Bojarzin, and it's sticked away by Yeesh. Beat Sale with the puck, breaks it out, sends it into the Hooks zone. Owl recovers it. Dancing with it inside his own zone. He's trying to find a path around Hijinks in order to create some offensive momentum. Or is just trying to kill the time. Either one of the two. And he eventually does make a wide, long pass to Bubbles, but it doesn't go. And a shot, and it's off the crossbar.
Both of these teams really tightening up their defense. It's going to come down to who can thread the needle and get the go-ahead goal here in OT.
Meatsail breaking the pass out of his zone. Sends it back into the Halifax zone where Crowbar will recover and send it back out into center ice. Meatsail chips it back in. Dalfan recovers. Dumps it into the zone. Bojarzin inside the Beaver zone. Wraps it around the back of the net to a defender. Owl with a shot on goal, and it's almost tipped in by the defender, but it still stays way high of the net. Dalfan now in the slot. A shot, and it goes high of the net. Carr with the puck recovers the rebound. Chips it up to Hijinks. Hijinks unable to recover it. Too much sauce on that pass. And the puck is out in front, and a little scuffle in front of the net prevents that one from going in. And that is the end of the first overtime.
As I fill up my water bottle, boy, we could be here a while. These two teams tied up, obviously, in OT. As I said, they really tightened up their defense. And the goalies, too, have just been phenomenal as Yeast taking a nap there in the goal, trying to catch some Z's before the second overtime as we get ready for the face-off.
And I am noticing now that since we are no longer in regulation time, there is no more too much offensive pushes being made. Both teams are kind of playing defensively primarily.
Yeah,
as both teams
are
just
play back,
slowly,
play careful.
They are. They have to just slowly push against the other team and hope that something comes out of it.
Yeah, shout out Chipman too. That scoreboard camera was freaking genius.
Absolutely phenomenal. Thank
you.
you.
Looks out. Chad's taking a bathroom break again.
Oh.
Power play for the home squad here.
I wonder if he
visitors,
had Taco
excuse
Bell.
me. Hope not. Don't talk about Taco Bell, man.
It's like the Voldemort of fast food. You just can't talk about it ever. Or else you're cursed. Ooh. Puck is now inside Beaver zone. Bubbles recovers it for Halifax. Bubbles passes it up to Bojarzin. Dancing with it along the blue line. We have Dalfan tapping for a pass inside the Hooks zone. And Meatsail has it. Nova Star has joined the server.
Like an emergency sub coming in. Nova Star. Haven't seen much of him.
Nova Star joining the Beavers team to
Help them out.
Yeah, to help them out. And
Back deep in strength now.
Even strength. And Hijinks receives the puck inside the Halifax zone from a beautiful pass by Meatsail. Nova Star now, with his debut in this game, makes a drop pass out of the zone to break it out. Dalfan with the puck dumps it back into the zone of the Beavers, and Bubbles recovers it.
The captain Owl screaming to try and call a penalty, try and get this game forfeited as Nova Star and Meats will have the same number, which is not allowed.
Which would be a very interesting change in pace for this game if it had to be forfeited. Especially as both of these teams are going toe-to-toe so far. It would be very unfortunate for all that to just go to waste. Owl now inside the Halifax zone, carries it over center ice. Across the blue line is dancing with it and makes a pass to Dalfan. Dalfan attempts to shoot it. And Dalfan recovers in center ice for the Hooks. A dump back into the Beaver zone. And Carr recovers it. Albany now making a breakout, and it's chipped right back into their zone. Bojarzen now recovering the puck. Drops it behind him. Bubbles recovering the puck now. Attempts to send it back to Owl. Owl now in the slot with a backdoor pass, and it doesn't go. It's blocked away by traffic. Dalfan recovers the puck in center ice and chips it back into the zone. Bubbles with a wraparound, and it's poked away by Meatsail before he can get it off. Meatsail now breaking it out of the Beaver zone. Over to center ice line, across the logo, over to blue line. A shot on Crowbar, and it's deflected away.
Deflected away with the helmet. Sometimes that stings, and sometimes you can smell that rubber burning from the puck.
Contested possession of the puck here, and it's chipped into the Halifax zone once again. Alfan passes it up to Owl behind the net. Owl attempts to chip it high and far.
Off the invisible ceiling there.
Bubbles off the invisible ceiling. And Nova Star recovers it behind his net and passes it along to Meatsail, who wears the same number, 1919, as referenced earlier. And Carr is now in the hook zone with the puck.
Yeah, you wonder what's going to happen. Owl, the captain of the Hooks, is really not happy with this. He's out there screaming on the ice, as he should be. We'll see what happens if we keep playing this game.
Absolutely. And there is a little bit of contested possession of the puck here inside the Halifax zone. But the Beavers now finally managed to get a beat on it. Meatsail, bodied, makes a desperation pass to Hijinks, who recovers it. But it's a 3-on-1 there with the Hooks, so he's unable to keep possession.
If Meatsail's got time, man, I could always sign a one-day contract for him. We can get this going. Get this ship going, man. I'm still looking for a team.
Absolutely. And now Carr, disrupted by his own teammate, now gives Halifax possession of puck
look out.
inside the Beaver zone. A shot, and it is blocked by Yeesh. And a wrap
That
out
is
of
returned.
and it's
Just
blocked
in
again.
time.
Just in time, and that's the end. And Chad is now back into the game, and Nova Star has joined the spectating team once again.
Nova Star back to the benches, back to the press box. Owl, no luck for him, trying to get the home team to forfeit as we will head into another overtime here. If you're just joining us, we're heading into, I don't even know how many overtimes we're in. I lost count.
I think this is third OT.
OT3, good call. It's 1-1. Jeez, what a contest we've had. It feels like the second game, but it's really the first game still. Oh, Lord. We could be here a while.
We absolutely could be here for a while. Except Yeesh with the puck in his pads and a scuffle out in front, and Bojarzen is unable to finish it. It was dancing along the crease. And now Dalfan recovers it for Halifax inside his zone. Bank pass off to Bojarzen behind the net, who passes out in front to Bubbles, but it's sticked away.
Somebody says shootout in the chat. Honestly, I think that would be such a cool feature.
That would be an amazing feature, having shootouts where everybody just kind of lines up along the boards.
A
So
shootout bug would be the most toxic thing in the world, but hey, I'm for it. Let's see it.
Absolutely, 100%. Also, ignore my voice crack that I had there. Blunder. And now Halifax has the puck inside the Beaver zone.
Probably better when you don't mention it. But
Adds a little bit of something. I'm not sure what, but it adds something. Halifax now with the puck. Chips it out to Bubbles in center ice, who is now carrying across the blue line into the Beaver
Look at
zone.
this.
Out in the slot. A pass
Chad,
it back
totally, yeah.
off the post. It's off the post and it doesn't go in. Yeesh better be thanking the post gods after that wonderful save. It deflected off of the post. Danced
Oh,
along the
man.
goal line and it just did not go in. Owl again with another beautiful chance. Attempts to shoot back door and it does not go.
Chad, the defender, was caught totally flat-footed. He may have been a little weak in the knees after a big dump. Look out, breakaway here.
All alone. Eatsail all alone and makes a wonderful save. Beavers now with possession of the puck and it's swiped away by Halifax. The Hooks now carry it across center ice and attempt to dump it in.
Yeah,
Chad.
Chad a little slow out there, but hopefully he'll get back to speed.
Albany gives up the puck again to the Hooks, and Dalfan almost gets a good shot off. Owl with the puck, and it's deflected away.
I know what it's like when you're taking a dump and your knees get weak, man. I just couldn't imagine getting back on the ice after that. That is kudos to Chad. And there he is now.
His legs would probably feel like gelatin afterwards. And now Halifax is attempting to break it out of the zone. Bo Jarza now carrying across center ice, attempts to make a pass, but Chad sticks it away. Yeesh exiting his crease to make a play, passes it up to Hijinks in center ice. Hijinks losing it in his skates, and Meatsail manages to swipe it away. Meatsail in the slot, a shot, and it's saved by Crowbar. Bo Jarza breaks it out of the zone.
I think it was going wide. Crowbar made the save anyway. Meatsail, great move, shoots it wide, pulls a bad Santa there. But good try there by Meatsail.
Meatsail again in the slot here. A shoot, and it goes wide. Meatsail again with the puck, and it's poked away by Dalfan. Meatsail still has possession of it. He's trying to dance his way around the defenders, and Carr recovers the rebound and chips it back in. Meatsail behind the net. Attempts to make a drop pass, but Dalfan's there to block it. Bo Jarzan now taking it out of his zone into center ice across. Attempts to dump it in between the legs into the Beaver zone, and now the Hooks must reset in their own zone. Crowbar playing the puck in and outside of his crease, sends it up to Owl. Owl chips it far into the Beaver zone, and Bo Jarzan is managing to get possession of the puck. Bo Jarzan passes it to Dalfan.
Look at this.
A shot,
baby.
and a little scuffle out in front of the crease as it bounces around.
Shaky one, but a great save by Yeesh.
Halifax again with possession of the puck inside the Beaver zone.
Another chance.
Another
man.
Shot.
On the
It's
goal
the
line.
red line. It's on the goal line, and it just barely was able to get out by the defender. So far, that has been 0 for 3 on absolutely phenomenal chances being made here as the puck just bounces and dances and twirls along the goal line. And now here's Owl with a wraparound pass to Bubbles, who attempts to get a shot off and is unable to. Dalfan recovers the puck for the Hooks inside his own zone. Dalfan chips it up behind the net, wraps it around the boards to Owl. Owl sends it up to Bubbles. Puck goes too far, and now Carr has possession of it and chips it back into the Halifax zone. Hijinks
beautiful
shot, and it just goes wide.
Set up a golf tee there for Meatsail, and the shot just goes high. Great chance, though.
And that's
Great
the end
communication and puck movement.
And that is the third overtime, as Bo Jarzan in the chat says, this is for sickos.
Yeah, pretty much. So get ready for overtime number 5 here, or 4, excuse me.
Unquote. Unquote. Now, we are going into our 5th overtime? Is this 5th or? Yeah, this is 5th overtime.
It's a little confusing by the score bug, but.
Yeah, now it says the correct one.
Yes.
Now it does.
There we go. No, we're in the 4th overtime. I don't know. I lose count, man. We're in the 4th.
Oh, I do too, I guess.
Last time we saw a long overtime like this was in Division 3. 4th, yeah. We saw a Michigan goal in OT. That was forgot it was Orfiev that scored that. Beautiful goal. We'll see what happens in this contest.
A wonderful save by Crowbar was just made with the chest as he manages to get a piece on it. And now Owl attempting to make a deke around the Beaver defenders. And Albany recovers the puck and
Ooh!
dumps it out. And a massive body by Dalfan with a little bit of retribution by
Meatsail
Chad.
got slammed into a smash burger there. That was a huge hit.
Meatsail got absolutely annihilated by Dalfan, and then Chad gave some revenge to Dalfan by checking the crap out of him as well. And now Beavers have possession of the puck inside center ice, albeit contested. Hijinks now with the puck for the Beavers, dumps it into the Halifax zone, passing it to Meatsail, and it's checked away by Dalfan. Owl now with the puck in center ice, attempts to pass it, but there's nobody there to receive it, and now Carr is carrying it into the Albany zone. Drop passes it to Meatsail. Meatsail now carrying it along the logo in center ice, chips it over to Chad. Owl recovering it for the Hooks. Breaks it out, passing it to Bo Jarzen, but it goes too far. Meatsail now with the puck inside the Albany zone. Attempts to make a breakout, but it's off the body of Bo Jarzen. Bo Jarzen now with the puck, passes it up to the defender. Dalfan with a shot, and it goes high. Bubbles passes it behind the net to Bo Jarzen, who attempts to pass it back. Dalfan in the slot, and a rebound almost goes in. Halifax now with the puck inside their own zone. Owl stick handling as he tries to find a passing lane. He does find one, but unfortunately sends it to Chad, and with a light body check manages to dislodge the puck from him. Owl now with the puck once again inside his own zone. Sends it over to blue line, carries it over to logo, and dumps it into the Beaver zone. Bo Jarzen passes it to Bubbles, who goes for a shot for a rebound, and it's deflected easily off of Yeesh's pads. Breakout pass is made to Hijinks. Hijinks drops it down to Carr. Carr inside center ice, carries it over to Hook's zone, and the shot attempt is made, and it goes wide of the net. Halifax now with possession of the puck. Carries it over to blue line, over to center ice line, and now is disrupted by Meatsail. Carr passes the loose puck back to Meatsail. And a wonderful stick by Dalfan manages to get the puck back out of the zone, and Chad dumps it back in. Chad manages to pick up the stray puck and dump it back into the Halifax zone. Meatsail with a pass out in front. Dangerous if there was somebody there to recover it. And contested possession of the puck here in center ice, and it's eventually chipped back into the Beaver zone. Bo Jarzen wraps it around the boards, but there's nobody there from his team to recover it. But Hijinks is, and he's now in center ice, carrying it over to Halifax zone. And a wonderful back check is made, and now Halifax has some possession of the puck here. And it's dumped right back into their zone. Hijinks passes it to Carr. Puck has now left the zone. Meatsail recovering it along their own blue line. Meatsail carries it into the Hooks zone. In the slot, a shot on the short side, and it goes wide. Bubbles now recovers the rebound, carrying it out of his own zone. Makes a pass attempt to Owl. Owl recovers the puck in center ice. Owl with a little too little momentum of the puck. And Pinks has left the spectating team at the server.
Oh no, not Pigs. Oh no, man.
I'm heartbroken. Can't you tell? And now Carr has the puck inside the, not the Halifax, excuse me, inside the Beaver zone. And a shot off the post, and it goes wide again. And now Hijinks with the Beavers is inside the Halifax zone. Attempts to chip it in, but Crowbar gets a stick on it and sends it right back out. Chad with the puck sends it over to Meatsail. Meatsail out in front and does not manage to get a stick on it. Bo Jarzen does instead. Bubbles now with the puck, tries to send it over to Bo Jarzen. Yeesh now.
Yeesh coming
to play the
out.
puck. Dangerous move in overtime, and that is the end of the fourth overtime, and now we're going into the fifth. Still 1-1.
Yeah, really tight period again. We got some chirping going on the benches here. Trying to compare their game to Frog Tea, that's rough. But we'll see if they can prove Mouse wrong here and get the winning goal. Predictions, I mean, I gotta say Al's gonna take for the Hooks. And if it's for Albany, it's gonna be Bo Jarzen. He's just been really good.
Absolutely, 100%. So far, it has been quite the back and forth with both teams not really being able to make any kind of offensive play. And the ones that are made are really, really exceptionally good. But the luck of the draw just makes them bounce off the post and dance along the goal line instead of going through it. Nobody with possession of the puck quite yet, as it's contested inside the Beaver zone. Beavers now with possession of the puck, send it back to Halifax, who recovers it. Halifax.
You gotta wonder, you got a guy like Mitzel on your team, what he's gonna do. You know, you have the best player in the world on your team. See what he can get going here in this overtime as everyone's knees start to hurt. You know, it's been a long game.
And Dalfan with another excellent shot on Yeesh just gets it blocked away. Both goaltenders absolutely locked in for these overtimes. And now Halifax inside their own zone passes it up to Bojarzen, but it's disrupted by the Beavers. Albany now inside the Hooks zone. Carr attempts it pass out to the slot, but it does not go. Chad recovering the puck for the Beavers inside the Hooks zone. Is now in kind of a scuffle in front. And the puck is dancing off the pads of Crowbar. Hit left leg, right leg, 5-hole, and then just managed to barely get out of the crease. And now Owl is inside the Beaver zone.
Look at this. Oh, the log parlay hits again, baby. Owl just down the slot. Yeesh is there, right position, but it just goes high. High right corner, no chance for Yeesh. And the Hooks are going to take a huge 2-1 victory on the road against the best team in the PHL and the Albany Beavers. What a performance by Owl and his squad.
And with both teams, it has been an offensive display for all of the regulation period. And then as soon as overtime began, both teams were kind of more restricted with themselves in terms of their offense and played more defense. And as you can see, with the puck bouncing off the posts way more times than I can count personally, with rebound after rebound and then breakout after breakout. And eventually the Halifax Hooks were able to get the win.
Yeah, 3:15 remaining in the 8th period, as Chipman just showed us. Owl ends the game and the Hooks win 2-1. They take 2 points. Albany still gets 1 point with an overtime loss, as we still have one more game to go. You ready to go?
Absolutely.
Doesn't feel like we have one more game, but we do, because that was a super long contest.
We only felt like the second game. It doesn't even feel like it's the second one right now. Or it doesn't even feel like it's the first one right now. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah. Halifax Hooks on a bit of a Cinderella story here. They had kind of a rough season to start, which surprised everybody, but recently they have found their game. Crowbar's just been a total goon in the net, and everyone's improved. And you have a player like Owl on your team, especially when he's a captain. He's a player that makes everybody around him better. So I think we've seen that a lot recently from the Hooks, and it's showing out on the ice.
Absolutely. And period one is underway once again. Meatsale with the puck for the Beavers crosses over into the Halifax zone. Meatsale with a shot, and it's it's deflected by Crowbar, excuse me.
Great save by Crowbar.
Whoa, excuse me. And Bojarzen now with the puck inside the Beaver zone. Attempts to make a pass to the back door. Wide open net, and it goes high. Bubbles just barely misses the net.
Yeah, hard shot to hit, so credit to Bubbles. It came pretty close. The original cross-ice pass just came a little too far.
And the puck is now dumped deep inside the Beaver zone as Carr recovers it for Albany. Puck is dumped right back into the Beaver zone. And Carr once again recovers it, attempts to wrap it back around the boards to Chad. Chad breakout pass to Carr. Carr carries it over the blue line, over center ice, and makes a pass attempt to Meatsale.
That's a nice dump right to his teammate. Really good eyes there, like he's Texas Donut out there. Great dump.
Owl now for Halifax, carrying the puck over center ice into the Beaver zone. Owl with a shot, and it's blocked in traffic. Bubbles with an attempt to wrap the puck around just does not get it over. And Owl recovers the puck. Owl back passes it over to Dalfan outside of the zone and in center ice. Owl now entering the Beaver zone. Makes
Nice
a shot
hands by
attempt,
Owl. Ooh.
and it's blocked. Meatail now carrying it over the blue line into the Halifax zone. Is alone. He shoots and it goes
Oh,
higher than net.
He bad Santa'd it, put it way high, got past everybody just to put it wide. Great
Bad
try.
Santas. Bad Santas it.
Oh, we love bad Santa here. He just it's only when I'm playing goalie he tends to like take it all the way and then just bang way wide. We love him here. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Love the guy. And now Halifax breaks it out of their zone. Howell carrying it over center ice, and it's sticked away by Chad. Chad now inside the Albany zone, chips it up and high to Meatsail. But Dalfan recovers it for the hooks, excuse me. Dalfan banks it off to Bubbles. Bubbles dancing with it along the blue line, chips it up to Bo Jarzin inside the Beaver zone. Chad recovers it. Chad now stick handling behind his net. Attempts to make a breakout pass, but it's sticked by Dalfan, but it doesn't seem to have any effect. Bubbles, Halifax carries it, puck inside the zone. A shot, and it's blocked by Yeesh. Dalfan wraps the puck around the net. Bubbles with a pass to the slot. Owl
Look at this
alone, and it's
pass.
blocked by traffic.
Yeah, you need to block that, especially when it's Owl of all players coming at you with a shot. The high slot there.
Contested possession of the puck here inside the... Oh, and a body by hijinks onto Bo Jarzin.
Big hit. Bojarson usually on the other end of the hit.
That might
It's
have...
just totally flattened.
That was an absolutely nasty hit. He might need to get his sternum checked after that one.
He might come back with a lobotomy, honestly. That was a rough one. Look at this bubble shot.
And it's saved by Yeesh. Owl now attempting to maintain possession of the puck, fails to do so as it's chipped away by Carr. A little bit of a scuffle here in center ice, and
That was a
Meatsail
nice
all
pass.
alone with the
What a
goaltender.
play.
A shot, and what a wonderful save by Crowbar.
May have hit the post there. And maybe off the post and off of Crowbar's pads. It's hard to tell. It was a really quick play. But not in the net regardless.
Regardless, not in the net, and sometimes that's all you need. Owl now with the puck inside the Beaver zone. Makes a shot attempt up close, but Carr with the defensive swipe away manages to get the puck out, and now it's in center ice with Bo Jarzin. Bo Jarzin for the hooks, dumps it far, and attempts to get it into the Beaver zone. Bubbles may be alone in the slot here, but he leaves it for Bo Jarzin, who overskates the puck. Owl dumps it behind him to Bo Jarzin inside the zone, and Bubbles attempts to jump, tip the puck in, but it does not go. It goes behind the net.
Yeah, Bubba jumped up, tried to pull an echo there. Tipping it down, playing baseball. No luck, though.
That was a fantastic play made
Look
by
at this
Echo
wrap.
all those times ago. Oh, spectacular wraparound attempt. And now that you mention it, Echo's play was truly something else. It even has its own name now when you jump into the air and try to baseball the puck into the net. Call that the Echo.
I call it the Echo, yeah. Some people disagree, but he was the first person to do it on a PHL stream, and we had the full slow-mo for the Galaxy stream. That was pretty nasty.
It was. That was an absolutely disgusting play. And the game is still tied 0-0, and the second period faceoff is underway. Beavers with a faceoff win. Hijinks drop passes it to Chad. Chad dumps it into the zone, and Meatsail also tries to baseball the puck into the net, but he whiffs on it. Meatail with a rebound shot on Crowbar, and it's deflected to Bubbles. Halifax now with possession of the puck inside the zone. Breaks it out to Bo Jarzin. Carr recovering the puck inside the Beaver zone. And passes it up to Hijinks. Hijinks drops it down to Carr, and it's sticked away. Bo Jarzin now in center ice. Carries it over to blue line.
Ooh.
In the slot. A shot, and it's saved by Yeesh.
Yeah, Bo Jarzyn's, he's slippery sometimes. He's got some silky mitts too, don't forget. Walks in all by himself there. Dalfan calling for the puck here. Look at this tic-tac-toe. Oh.
That puck almost finds its way into the back of the net, but yeesh, able to see the puck through all the traffic, through all the little scuffles in front of the net, just manages to get a piece of it.
Elfan just destroyed on that play too. He's had a hard time in these past couple games he's played. He's still down. No, that's hijinks. Excuse me. Players all over the place on the ice.
Bubbles now with the puck inside the zone. Passes it over to Meatail. Excuse me. Sorry. Meatail trying to make a breakout play. Sends it out.
Well,
Allen
I gotta
now recovering.
say, in order to get a win as a goalie against a good team, you need to be good, obviously, but you need some luck too. And Yeesh has had that. He's had both things. That puck has rolled across his goal line more times than I can count this game.
Absolutely. And even with the first matchup, with all the OTs, the puck just danced along the goal line over and over and over again.
Yeah,
And
caught a huge break 2 times.
just barely didn't go in. And Meatail with a wraparound attempt, and it's sticked away by the defender. The Chad dumps it back down into the zone. Meatail with the puck inside the Halifax zone. Bojarzen now dumping it up to Dalfan, who's all alone with a 1-on-0 breakaway. Yeesh attempts to play the puck, but is out skated by Dalfan. Halifax now has the puck inside the Albany zone. Bojarzen with the puck tries to make a backdoor pass, but it's deflected by the stick. Chad now with a breakout pass for the Beavers. Sends it up to Owl. Owl makes a breakout pass to Dalfan, who in turn sends it behind him to Bojarzen. Bojarzen in his own zone makes a pass to Owl in center ice. Owl crossing over the blue line into the Beaver zone. Pass to Bubbles. Bubbles shot, and it's sticked by Yeesh. Carr now with the puck. Bounces it off the boards to Hijinks. Though a body by Dalfan ensures that he's unable to get it. Halifax now has possession of puck inside their own zone. Chips it high in an attempt to make it to Bubbles, but Carr pokes it back into the Halifax zone. Owl now with the puck. Sends it over inside the Beaver zone. Carr chips it up into Halifax's zone once again. Beatsail with possession of the puck, makes a backdoor pass, and it's sticked away by Crowbar before the pass can make it there. Bojarzen now with the puck inside center ice. Sends it over. Blue line. Bojarzen with a shot, and it scores.
Oh man, what a shot. Oh man.
Oh, who hit him with the trumpet? Who did the trumpet?
Oh, he's just unlucky, honestly. He had the right idea.
That was a very
That's a beautiful
unlucky
shot.
That was very unlucky. Whoever did that trumpet, that was despicable. Truly evil. And now Yeesh plays the puck behind his net to Hijinks in center ice. Chad now recovering the puck. Dalfan takes the puck from him inside his own zone and wraps it around the boards. And attempt to make a breakout pass to Owl, but Meatail's there instead. Meatail attempts to pass out in front, but Dalfan recovers the puck and sends it wide to Bubbles inside the Beaver zone. Bubbles all alone with a 1-on-0. Attempts to wrap it around, and Yeesh gets a stick on it and bats it away.
Yeesh across a post there. Great saves there.
And
Trying to make up for
spectacular
that
save.
shot he let in earlier.
45 seconds remain here in the second period, and the score is 1-0 Halifax. Bubbles with possession of puck inside the Beaver zone, passes it to Bojarzen on another 1-on-0, and it's blocked by Yeesh.
Bubble back door. Couldn't get it home though. Great defensive play by the Albany Beavers.
And a spectacular leg extension by Yeesh.
Oh, look at this. Meatsail's gone here. Oh,
Crossbar, and it almost trickles in with a bar down goal, but unfortunately for the Beavers, it just does not go in. Meatsail now out in front, passes it to the slot, and Bubbles is able to recover and send it
shot
back.
it just a little too high from where Mama hides the cookies. Hits the post and out. Everybody tuning in now. We're 1-0 at the end of period 2. The Hooks won the first game 2-1 after 6 overtimes, I believe it was. I might be wrong about that. Again, I lose track of time. But what a contest so far, eh?
100%. And going back to that one save that Yeesh made with a wonderful leg extension in the nick of time, there was no reaction time needed in that one. He had to predict that the puck was going to go just a little too
Yeah,
far of his natural
super
leg.
hard. It's not easy,
Or
man.
absolutely not. People tend to forget that goaltending isn't just reaction timing. You have to worry about where all the players are on the ice. You have to worry about what they're doing, and you also have to worry about predicting what shot is going to come where.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And now Chad, with contested possession of the puck here in center ice, manages to get it back to Hijinks. Hijinks with a wide pass. Nobody's there to receive it except for Halifax. Bo Jarza now carrying it over center ice. Makes a pass attempt at Bubbles. Bubbles now inside the Albany zone.
Ooh.
Makes an attempt to pass it to the slot, and it's sticked away by the defender. And Bubbles wraps it around to Bo Jarza, once again inside the Beaver zone. Bo Jarza now makes a pass attempt to the slot, but Hijinks is there to intercept it. Dalfan dumps it back down into the Beaver zone to Bo Jarzan. Bo Jarzan now attempts to send it back behind him for a no-look pass, and Owl recovers it and chips it back to Bo Jarzan. Chad with the puck for the Beavers, sends it up to Meatsail. Puck battle ensues along the boards. Owl recovers in center ice.
Ooh, funny bounce there. Just goes wide though.
Bubbles sends it around the back of the boards to Dalfan. Now a puck battle between Dalfan and Meatsail, and Chad jumps in. Straight puck now, and Bubbles recovers it for Halifax inside the Beaver zone. Bubbles passing it to Bo Jarzan, who attempts to make a shot, but it goes way, way wide in the net. Dalfan attempts to body Hijinks to maintain possession of the puck, and it's dumped back out of the zone. Owl recovers in center ice. Owl carries it over the blue line.
Oh, he's got a step.
Scores.
What a goal there by Owl. Holy cow.
And a goal horn goes off for the away team.
Yeah, away team's goal horn. Owl just stepping in, walking all over the slot like it's nothing. And some fans in the crowd here cheering on Owl as this team takes a 2-0 lead here in period 3 of game 2.
Very strange how the spectators chant for a player named Owl is caw caw, which is the sound of a crow.
Yeah.
Bo Jarzan now with a shot attempt, just goes barely wide. Puck is really high up in there in the air, and Beavers are able to recover it.
You know, I'm not even sure if Mouse is a mouse, honestly. There's just... Mouse does his own thing. It's a great save by Crowbar there.
Spectacular save, and Bubbles manages to recover the rebound and chips it back out. Chad now with the puck, almost into a board battle where he may have lost it. Meatsail going after the puck, and Crowbar exits his crease to chip it all the way back down to Bubbles inside the Beaver zone. Bubbles drop pass to Owl. Owl stepping in with a short side shot. Rebound does not go. Meatsail carrying the puck up center ice for the Beavers. Hijinks now at the back door. Backdoor pass, and it does not go. Sticked away by the defender. Hijinks passes it back to Carr, who passes to Meatsail. Does not go. Dalfan manages to get a stick on it, passing it to Bo Jarzan. Halifax now carrying the puck up center ice into the Albany zone. Attempts to make a pass to Bubbles, and it's blocked away by the body of the defender. 2v2 puck battle on the boards, and Albany is successful, chipping it up to the Hooks zone. And Meatsail now has the puck.
Go. Ooh, great back check there by Dalfan.
A spectacular back check there by Dalfan.
I'm surprised Dalfan's even on the ice anymore. He's got hit so many times this game and the last game. We saw him play. He's been getting bullied out there.
He's going to exit the ice with numerous broken bones, torn ligaments, the whole 9 yards. He needs a medic, and fast.
Not even playoffs yet.
Owl now chipping it out of the Halifax zone to Dalfan. Chad is unfortunately able to get there first for them. And now it's Bo Jarzan creeping into the Beaver zone.
Oh, what a tip.
We saw this earlier a couple
Look at
games
this,
ago.
another chance. Oh, man.
We saw a shot just like that here a couple games ago where
He's
the
getting
puck went just
pestered.
a little high and was just able to slip past the stick of the goalkeeper. But not this time. Beavers now with the puck inside the Halifax zone. Attempt to make an offensive play. Chad attempts to pass to Meatsail, but it's deflected by the body. Yeesh plays the puck out of his own zone, sends it up to Hijinks. The Hooks now have possession in their own zone. Dalfan chips it high. It bounces off the invisible roof to Owl. Owl with a between the legs pass to Bo Jarzen. Now slowly creeps into the Beaver zone. Owl recovers the pass, chips it around the boards to
So
Bo
a
Jarzen.
huge night for the Hooks. They're gonna win here 2-0. That's the third period ends. Huge night for them. Big points. The Hooks are a team, in my opinion, that they're ready to go for playoffs. There's some time left, obviously. We'll see what they do. We'll be busy at the trade deadline, I'm sure. The Hooks are ready, man. They beat Albany twice here, and they've proven that they can win. So I'm eager to see what happens as we get closer and closer to playoffs.
I am as well. And with the defensive efforts made again, it's just save after save after save for each of the goaltenders. But ultimately, the offensive power of Halifax was able to get them to win both games for this final matchup.
Yeah, just big wins. First star, got to go to Owl here. Second star, I'm giving it to Yeesh because he had to make some tough saves in there. Didn't get the win, but that puck was flying all over the place. Oh,
Absolutely.
jeez, I would not be making those saves. Holy cow.
100%. What a phenomenal goalkeeper.
Yeah, great saves. Really uses his aggressive goalkeeping style to his advantage. Just doesn't work out entirely, though, in this game as the Hooks will sneak both goals past him. Yeah, great contest. It was closer than the score showed. The Beavers got to be one of the more offensive teams in the league with Meatsail leading the charge, but it's just not enough tonight against the Hooks, which are really starting to lock it in.
Absolutely, 100%. All right. And for the final time tonight of this triple header stream, my name is Tyler, aka Finality, and I am joined by Log here as Color. And we're signing out for tonight.
That's
Thank
all
you
we
for watching.
got.